Greetings, stowaways. This episode contains a content warning for gore, eyes, and eye gore. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors attempt to survive the soul-wrenching machinery at the heart of Dungeons and Dragons. I am your host and Dungeon Master, future Jason Phelps, and I am joined as ever by Robbie, stuck in the past, Bellekom, Sam, ghost of Christmas past, Burns, and Ellie, past your sell-by-date, Sparrow. Last episode, we elected to split the conclusion of this arc in two, so join us now for the sorcerer's struggle at the heart of the soul machine in tonight's episode of Flintlocks and Fireballs. Our land stands on the sabre's edge.
Our cities are a powder keg.
Brother chains, brother, no one's free. A life on land is short, you'll see.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.
Previously on Flintlocks and Fireballs, the party collected 4/5 of the totems needed to restore Victory's extra-dimensional mansion and escape the void. But in travelling to the location of the 5th totem, the party discovered a ruined Achene community bereft by a portal to a hellish cave system beside a sea of magma. After a conflict with Achene transformed into literal demons, and with the echo of a gigantic tyrant in possession of Celestia's body, the party made their way into the bowels of the Corzin, a ship of black glass afloat on the sea of fire. There they met a demonic entity that identified itself as Corzin, the ancient goat lord who fathered Scamp and Victory's lineage of tieflings, but whom Friend identified as Era, a splintered fragment of the divine being who had sundered himself in an effort to be reborn as a sorcerer. While the party roundly rejected Era's designs to reunify the fragmented spirits and become a sorcerer's god, Victory declared her support for his goal, if not his means, to use her powers to forge a safe place for tieflings that would outlast her. Scamp proceeded to mock Era's lack of suitability for godhood, which went down as follows. So unless you
Because all I'm seeing here, like this here, gesturing to the giant thing, this is just anger, right? That's what I'm getting, a lot of anger connected to nothing. And that's not helpful. Like, anger is so useful, I've got a lot of it right now. And I can see Victory, you've got so much. And it's useful. It's good. It's not a bad thing because it comes from something and it's working towards something. Whereas you've just got anger. And that doesn't do anything other than hurt. That's not useful, is it? What do you possibly have to offer any of us?
The giant demonic form scratches his chin for a moment, raises one hand up towards his brow and taps it.
Ready a spell. I'm not letting it go, I'm just going to ready one because I've got a
so
feeling.
What do I have? I have 6/7 of myself in one room, and a machine.
And he rips out the skull eye and flings it across the room. Everyone roll initiative.
I did ready a spell.
You did ready a spell.
I did do that. Can I do it?
You can
I
let
don't
us
know
go
what I was
at
readying.
the same moment. I hope you make a decision.
Oh, God.
Because you have until I finish describing what's happening. You see
massive,
as the skull sails unerringly through the air and slams into Victory's eye. She lets out a scream. So, what's your released spell?
Well, I was somewhere between a destructive wave and a prismatic spray, to be honest, because I'm really scared. So I'm just going to roll. I'm just going to roll odds for destructive wave and evens for prismatic spray, basically. Okay, odds. So that's a destructive wave.
Okay, so given that's 30-foot range, you're going to need to hurl yourself forwards.
Is that okay,
30
or is
feet.
it better
That's
to
fine.
do another
I'll say
one?
that you can hurl yourself
Cool.
forwards as
Only if that doesn't feel
30
unfair.
feet with movement, and then make your attack.
Cool. Let me find my destructive wave page.
While they're doing that, can I have other people's initiatives, please?
24.
I forgot to roll. It is 12.
Okay.
Do you want my initiative?
Yes, please.
Bollocks. This is real bad. That is a whole 7.
Okay. Actually, not the worst initiative. on this.
Really? Wow. Somebody done fucked up.
Someone rolled a 6.
I naturally rolled a 2, so yeah.
Okay,
A decent
so
modifier with
in
this
this
bard.
momentary surprise round, basically, seeing this happen, you leap forwards and.
Is that okay that I had an
Yeah.
instinct, by the way? I wasn't.
No, it was a
trying
good
to-
call. It
I
was a good
just
call.
he touched his face, and I was like, he's going for a spell or something. I feel
Yeah.
it. So
Roll by damage.
I'm going to go for radiant rather than necrotic
Okay.
because that feels more appropriate. So let's do that first, I guess. Well, that is shit. Oh wow, all 1s and 2s. That's 8 radiant damage. It's one of the worst destructive waves I've ever rolled, I think. And then we've got thunder damage. I'll say, by the way of flinging myself forwards, that I threw myself into a little knee slide and hit the ground with the guitar, and there were rainbow cracks and a big power chord. 22, 26, 29 thunder damage. So that went a lot better than the other one.
Okay. Good. Ooh. Cool. That. All right. With the arc goes forwards. You can, if you particularly want, hit some random demons at the edge
I'll
of the
hit
room.
anyone
Like if you
around.
want,
Yeah.
they don't actually seem to be getting involved in this, so it's up to you.
I mean, they're like what, zombie Acheen? Or
Or
are they just randos? Like, what are we talking?
They're like halfway converted looking Acheen demon figures.
And we've kind of established that if you kill one of them, the Acheen doesn't like come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit whoever I can because
Okay.
I'm worried that they're all gonna turn on us. If I'm honest.
All right, you.
That's my
strike
instinct here.
Several
Yeah.
of them. Oh, I forget that I can actually roll a con save, isn't it?
Hang on, I think it's con.
Okay, it doesn't matter. That was a natural one.
For future reference, it is con.
Good. I just deducted the damage and then realised, oh shit, he gets,
Sorry, I've got them all
he gets to roll a save.
I've got the long form spell written in a weird page in the back of my
That's fine.
notebook, so it takes me a minute.
Okay, so that being the case, the arcs of rainbow lightning streak out in every direction. About a dozen or more, close to 2 dozen of these demons leap out of the way or are struck by lightning, dealing grievous wounds. This does actually, they do scramble backwards, but don't directly intervene yet, as far as you can tell. Indeed, although it seems the whole of this infernal crew are gathered, they don't see you. They don't leap to the defense of their lord. They're watching. I'm going to say before this. Corzin.
Okay.
You see two things. Two things you see. First of all, you see Victory reaching up and grabbing the eye where the tiny silver skull just plunged itself into and screaming.
Seems
you
fair.
also see slipping out of Scamp's pocket a tiny silver skull fling itself down the room. You're the only one who does see it because of your high passive perception.
Right, okay.
And
Fucking Lux.
yeah, and you realise, oh,
The one that's not
you
a
can't
tube.
see Lux. Yeah, Lux's
damn it.
form is shrunken.
Boo.
Um,
Not a surprise, though.
Yeah, so Lux's skull is a little bit actually can carry itself a fair distance, so is not far from where the giant demon is, about 30 foot from the dais.
Okay. Right, first of all then, I'm going to use my bonus action to put my Slayer's Prey on the big fucker. Then I am going to use one of my attack actions to go after the skull specifically with a pistol.
Okay, the skull that is fleeing, that's fleeing across the room. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. High AC, because it's a teeny tiny skull.
Yeah, okay. Natural 1, but lucky.
Oh.
Oh my god. Actually, that's cocked.
Okay.
That is actually cocked. Okay.
Another.
This is against. I'm.
Okay, that is a 21. Oh wait, no, a 22 to hit.
To hit the giant demon, that hits.
Okay. Well, I'll roll the base damage.
Which weapon is this?
This is the pepperbox pistol. That is nice. That's going to be 18 piercing damage.
Ooh, nice. Is the pepperbox pistol magical in any way?
Well, it has Artemisia's ring.
Yep, that makes it magical. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I was checking for.
Yeah.
18 damage. Nice.
Okay, I'm
The
then
shot
going to move.
hits the. I'm just gonna say the Baylor. And definitely not something that starts with Bal and ends with Rog, because that's copyright infringement. In the chest, it sort of momentarily stumbles slightly. You can see that it's very lightly wounded.
Well, I was going specifically after the skull that was rushing its way across the floor there.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Baylor first.
No, that will come in a moment. But if
Okay,
you want to count that as my attack
go-
on the Baylor, that's fine.
I do, because it doesn't hit the 22. Does not hit the skull.
Fine. Okay.
It's a tiny target.
Okay, I will treat this as the attack against the skull then. Natural 20.
What?
Yes.
Okay, roll damage.
Okay, for a total of 32, if that makes a difference. Right. Okay, that is. Sorry, maths. 13 doubled, so that's 26.
Holy shit!
Bang.
As you fire the second shot at the tiniest skull racing towards the throne, the bullet impacts the skull dead on. It's a fucking that's fucking AC 25. I want to point out this was this was a fucking trick shot.
Oh yeah.
It impacts. You watch as the lead connects with the silver and blasts it into tiny fragments. There, all of you hear a screeching, howling sound as bursting out of the skull is visible to everyone this time, I'm going to say.
This could be a problem.
A torrent of violent and incoherent purple energy shifting randomly between... There are elements that look like Scamp, elements that look feline in nature, portions that seem to be the same giant fucking Baylor type beast as the one you're facing. And the spray of spirit launches itself the remaining 30 feet into the chair and into the Achene on the throne. But the tiny fragments of silver spray out. The skull is destroyed.
Okay.
And all you for the next few seconds, you've just seen this torrent of purple spirit launch, thrumming into the rapidly convulsing body. As this happens, the machinery begins to light up with an inner orange glow, as if the molten glass is now glowing all throughout the black glass machinery everywhere. Something has begun.
Alright, 2 small things finally. One, I realised I didn't roll the extra damage for my Slayer's Prey, so I'll do that now. That's an extra 5 damage.
Cool.
And I'm going to use my movement to get over to Victory, and even if I can't actually do anything physically this round, I'm going to be like in melee with her so I can try and get this skull away from her.
Okay. That's a 5-foot step. It's nice and easy.
Yeah. Boom. There.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Right. Victory rolled a 20, and as she screaming, her scream abruptly ceases, and she looks up with one. You can now see the same silvery skull floating in the ruins of her eye, and her other eye has gone from purple to blazing red.
Okay.
Time for me to actually use some of my damn sorcery points.
Ooh.
So, first things up. Quickened cast, fly.
Okay.
Victory is immediate. Casts fly on herself and immediately shoots up 50 feet into the air. As the so she's now 50 feet up, directly above Scamp and Corzin.
If she's hostile, does that mean we get an opportunity attack?
If you want to take an opportunity attack, you can.
If it is just like the case of I can react and do something, or as an opportunity attack, I can try and grab her. Yeah, I'm gonna try and grab
yes, you can try and grab her. This is a grapple attack.
Yeah.
So make
athletics.
I think it's athletics. This does still count as a hit in melee. It's worth noting if you beat her acrobatics. So roll athletics.
Okay. That is a 22.
Okay, you managed to grab hold of her. So she is grappled. 2 things are going to happen. One may make this relevant or not. The first thing that happens is, as her reaction, she immediately crackles with lightning across her whole body. You just straight up take 14 lightning damage. I think your resistance.
Only it's 7, so yeah.
And roll a strength save, please.
Strength save, okay. That's 24.
Okay, you resist being blasted away by the electrical shock. Now we have the fun thing of Jason quickly checks the fly spell.
I was going to say, is she still down on the ground, or has she taken me up with her?
That is the question, because technically,
your speed becomes 0 if you're grappled.
That's true.
That's the ruling.
I don't know how that would be affected by flight, but
yeah, flight is a little weird in that respect. Okay,
yeah.
Well, you carry a lot of shit, so you are like
ballast.
You're basically hooking your feet into some floor tiling or something, or onto Scamp, and like trying to pull her down. Okay, well that makes the next bit. That makes her choice of spell a lot easier. She is going to cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
I'm just checking the spells.
It's not a cantrip. She can only cast a cantrip because she cast a full spell with a bonus action.
Oh, thank you for the reminder. In which case, then, I suppose... Yep, no, you've got hold of her. She will have to try and struggle her way out. I guess she could just try and break the grapple. Would be one way of doing it. Nah, fuck it. She'll... this is a tricky one. Sorry, we're into...
I'm sorry, I've put
No,
you in
it's
this
fine.
situation.
The grapple rules are always a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
All right. So as she activates the, in which case she'll just seeing this, she's going to do a backhanded strike at you, Corzin.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That will hit. Yeah.
Cool. Let me just grab some d8s. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, you've used your reaction, so it's not particularly relevant to you of you losing any, but you do take 14 points of thunder damage.
Thunder damage, okay. 14 points, got it.
As she smacks you across the back of the face with a thunderclap on impact. Across the back of your face? Across the cheek.
The back of my... Okay, right.
Yeah, slaps you, backhands you across the cheek.
Okay.
That's like when people say, "I'll take my hand off your face."
Okay. Well, you've taken the attack opportunity and grappled her. The last thing that happens on Victory's turn is, as the machinery comes into existence, 4 plates of black glass descend from the air, from the machinery, and begin spinning around Victory, providing her with additional shielding. Okay. Initiative count 20, losing ties. As the machinery comes to life, the whole ship lurches to port.
Oh, good.
So
Time for some Star Trek acting.
it is time for some Star Trek acting. Specifically, can I ask everybody who is on the floor to make a strength save, please?
I'm so good at strength. I
We've
did not give
established
up
that
my
Corzin
strength.
is.
blood
Okay,
magic.
right, cool.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Oh, 15.
Say
Okay.
12.
15, 12, and Celestia. And Corzin.
Corzin rolled a 22.
Okay, Corzin, you are the only one who is not hurled 20 feet to port.
Just some, like, tube surfing.
Yep, and knocked prone.
Oh, bugger.
So, it is worth noting, because of the size of this ship, that means that Scamp and Celestia, you are hurled along the ship and to the ground. Next to where as you watch, you can see that you are now 5 feet from the channel of molten glass. You didn't land in the channel of molten glass. But as the ship violently tips to the left, to port, you can see sprays of molten glass from the channel on the starboard side spilling over the edge and coating the ground near to it. Just so you are aware. The environment.
How long is the corridor?
The corridor itself is 60 foot wide total.
I've got 60 foot wide.
You were all in the middle. You were hurled 20 feet to one side and knocked prone, and then the last 5 foot on either side is channel of molten glass.
Yeah. Length.
Yes.
Like, how far are we from Dickhead Demon Man?
Oh, right. From Dickhead Demon Man, however.
I'm trying to do a little drawing so that I don't have to
you
ask any of these
are,
questions again.
Because of Pythagoras, a little more than 30 feet from the Baylor.
Okay.
everyone-
He's 30 feet from, like, where we were.
Yes.
Cool.
You are 30 feet from you because you ran ahead 30 feet. You're 30 feet from the Baylor, and everyone else is 60 feet plus or minus Pythagoras from the from the Baylor. Victory and Corzin are both still in the centre of this channel because Corzin is like just holding on to them and stopping her from escaping.
Yep.
Okay. Round 19. I told it. Someone rolled a 6, but it wasn't this person. The last of the purple energy of spirit flows into the Achene, and you watch as the whole machine lights up and a cascade of light begins pouring from the inverted black glass spires above the throne into the body of the Achene on it. For her action this round, Lux spasms and violently shakes in place as you see the body of the Achene woman begins to transform. That is Lux's action this round. And she better treat this body well, because she's lost her retreat. She's lost her escape hatch.
Yep.
Okay. On turn 15, all of the glowing crystals that you can see circling around the rooftop flash brightly. The Victory flashes with the same energy, as does the hulking form of the Baelor. Nothing else that you can observe happens on this round. And now we're into actually a party member's turn. Scamp.
Yeah.
You are prone
Right.
by a channel of molten glass, now 20 feet from Victory, and like 70 feet from the Baelor.
This is like 5 feet too far away for everything. That is.
Yeah, you can crawl.
Really unknown.
It'll use half your movement to stand up as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to get back to Victory. I can't if I stand up.
Oh dear. Right, guess we're blowing something stupidly big for no reason, because it's the only way to get back.
I will quicken fly at 6th bloody level because I have no full spells.
I mean, how many people do you want to cast it on that are within range, or is it touch?
It's touch. So
Oh shit! I'm
I
sorry.
guess it's me and Jeffrey, unless Celestia is close enough. At this
No,
point.
no,
Jeffrey
Celestia
can't?
is definitely
No.
not. I guess you and Jeffrey can now both fly.
Unleash your horde of
Hooray.
flying monkey.
So I'm using that as a bonus action
Yep.
because I want a full action to try and do the thing. Then I can stand up using 30 feet of movement to do so. And then I've got 30 feet of fly left to get back to where I was.
I'd just like to get right up to Victory and just like try and hold her hand.
Oh, that's so sad.
And just go,
I mean,
hey, look, this is the whole point, right? Take the skulls, use them, but not lose to them. It's in your fucking name, Victory. Come on,
okay.
enough of this.
Oh,
And I effectively want to try and use the help action, but for Victory, not whatever's taking over.
can you give?
I want to help the internal fight.
Can you give me? I think this has got to be a persuasion check.
Oh, just me wishing I'd taken that as a proficiency. Are tides active?
No, they're not.
I will tides it then. 17. Not great.
It's okay. It is enough. Tides are active. There's a moment where the red in her eye flickers, and Victory crawls out. I'm stronger than him, but he's using
you are.
He's using the machine. I can't overpower it. And then her eyes flash back to red, and the snarling expression of Era returns. That's as much of a clue as she can give you.
Right, that'll do.
Okay.
I know she's still there. That's what I needed.
Initiative count 10. It's the crystal's turn.
Hooray!
So, as the machinery rotates
There are
around,
other Skeksis.
as the machinery rotates around
There you go.
in the sky, in the air above you, you can see 3 of the 6 crystals are currently exposed.
It's a video game.
A purple one, a blue one, and a green one. And I'm going to just randomly pick targets because these things are only somewhat effective. So, okay. So, Celestia, the purple crystal flares with light, and a for want of a better word, a jolt of flickering power flashes down and smashes into the ground around you. You are hit by the light and you feel your muscles begin to spasm dramatically. Roll a con save, please.
I'm so good at con. I'm so good at con. Oh, so good. It's an 8.
Okay. You...
All the
Okay,
like,
this one-
all the like optimizy type character builders just like screaming into their web player of choice.
Okay, this is a... this is
Oh no, it's a 9. If that makes a difference.
A
Oh,
9.
sorry, it's not an 8. It's a 9.
No, okay,
I mean, I'm
does
assuming
not
that at
make
this
a
point,
difference.
bending luck's not going to do
Didn't think it
anything.
would. What was that?
It is not.
Bending
This-
luck's not going to help, is it? Not on a 9.
No. Okay. So, you are... Right. As the strange energy enervates you, you are stunned for 1 round, basically until the next initiative count 10.
What does that mean again?
So,
Like mechanically.
annoyingly, you are. It means that you can speak, falter. You can speak, but you can't move. You automatically fail strength and dex saves. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and you. Oh fuck! Apparently, you can't take actions or reactions, which is really
fuck
shitty.
then.
Sorry, that was the.
Don't do a thing and then say sorry.
Like, it's more like, oh, I'm so sorry. Sort of vibe. But like, yeah, there's.
I miss a turn. That's what happens. Cool.
Okay, the next crystal fires a beam down in the general. Yeah, okay, it's going to hit all of you. It fires a cone down in the general direction of Scamp, Corzin, and yes, Victory. Everyone make a dex save, please.
Okay.
There.
6.
12.
Okay, all 3 of you are slowed for 1 round.
Hooray!
They will have a different thing on.
Yes. So, which does include Victory. Okay. And finally, Corzin. As the green stone activates, it fires a beam into the molten glass at the edge of the room, which suddenly snakes outwards at you and tries to wrap around your body. Roll a strength save, please.
Oh no. That is a 21.
Okay, using your weapon, you smash the strands of glass before they can restrain you and deal any damage. So you managed to escape the effect of that one. Okay, that is the crystal's turn. Celestia has been stunned, so I'll come back to you.
I missed mine. Yeah.
Okay, the Baylor incoherently screams, looking around confused and enraged and bewildered by what the fuck is going on.
Why is he confused?
Because the thing
Just
that was
been
talking to
possessed.
us was not the body. The body is now
Okay.
released. It's like with the cat.
Right.
It's going to use its action this turn to activate its weapons, though. So you watch as it draws the sword, flicking it round, and as it does so, the hilt glows and the whole blade begins to crackle with lightning. It takes the whip, cracks it into the air, and as it does so, violet flames burn down the length of it.
So, Lux is in the Baylor or the thing on the throne?
On the throne. Thing on
Cool.
the throne.
But the Baylor is pissed off
The
about
Baylor is pissed off, but seems confused at what the fuck is happening.
Cool.
And yeah, it's this round. It attacks no one. Okay. End of round 1. Back to Corzin.
Okay, mechanically, is my Slayer's Prey still on the Baelor?
Yes, because that's who you targeted.
Right, yeah, fine, not a problem. Probably not going to come into it this round, but I thought I should establish that. Right, I'm slowed, so I can only do an action, a bonus action, or a reaction.
I think you just lose your reaction, but you'd have lost it. I think you lose your reaction, but you can do an action or a bonus action. Regardless, you can't do more than one attack, I believe.
Okay, well, as my action then, I am going to use my last level 1 spell slot to cast Protection from Good and Evil on Victory, who I'm in contact with. And that will mean that they will get a... Well, they can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed, and if they already are any of those things, they have an advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Okay, you cast the spell. It's not enough to immediately help Victory shake this possession off, but the fish spirits cluster around her, trying to give her what assistance they can.
Come on back to us now.
Okay. Victory is also slowed for this round. She's just going to try and use her action to attempt to break. Oh wait, no, she can try and cast a spell. She starts casting a spell, but rolled below a 10.
Wah, wah.
So yes,
So the spell will happen next turn.
so yeah, that will happen. Yeah, pretty much, because the slow effect is going to go off.
It's okay, hon. We all suck when we're slowed.
In the interest of fairness, actually, because I forgot to say this to you, can you roll a d20 as well, please? Corzin.
Okay, a d20.
Yeah.
That's an 18.
Okay, yeah, you get your spell cast off. Fine.
Cool.
There we go. So Victory is super slowed by the effect. Okay, initiative count, and she also can't move because she's still grappled in place. Initiative count 20. The ship rocks again, this time to starboard. Everyone please make... everyone please make a strength save.
I believe I fail because I'm useless this turn.
I'm flying. Do I need to?
You are flying, you do not. Corzin does.
I
Natural
fail
one, but lucky.
because I'm stunned.
Yeah, you automatically fail.
That's a 21 strength.
Okay. Corzin, you managed to hold put. Scamp, you're flying, so it doesn't matter. Celestia, you are hurled back into the centre of the ship. Which is actually very
It's a
fortunate.
slightly better position, honestly.
Oh, it's actually very fortunate, because had you succeeded, as the ship again completely goes the other way, the spray of molten glass from the port side
The plop would have got
would have
me.
hit you instead.
No one wants to be got by the plop.
No.
Indeed.
Sorry, it's been a really long day. Sure.
You
It's been a very serious week.
You successfully avoid being hit by a spray of sky glass. Okay, that makes it Lux's turn. The machine, after one full round of action, finishes working. With the last of the torrent of energy, you see, standing up from the throne is not another gigantic monster in the style of the Baelor, but instead a lithe-looking tiefling woman with curled black ram's horns, purple skin, cloven feet, and long silver hair, which at this moment is over her face, Ringu
She's grudging.
style. Yeah, you recognise this form, and you can see that she does have a pair of long purple whips in her hands, which presumably were made from the fucking body she's just taken?
Skin whips.
Skin whips. I mean, most whips are skin whips, but still.
I mean,
But
yeah,
like
leather,
people skin
yes,
whips.
but
Yeah.
There are
we
levels.
started
you
this
know?
campaign with a people map, you know.
I'm sorry, there is a difference between a leather map and a person leather map,
There is
right?
absolutely a difference
Come on.
between a leather map
Yeah,
and a
there
person
is.
leather map.
But this is very much on brand for this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You like human skin in places it shouldn't be? We got you here, Flintlocks and Fireballs.
Maybe we don't put that in the elevator pitch.
She is going to stand up and... I mean, she's actually quite far away from most of you, so she's going to dash forwards so that she is next to Celestia. And that
Well,
is-
I'm still stunned, so
and
that's
ready
fun.
ready to act. She can't attack on this round, however, because she was too far away. But as she stands up, you do see her cackle. Oh, it's good to have a body again. And you see Victory turn and go,
I'm sure you appreciate it. Get the other skulls.
I don't answer to... She looks down with horror as her legs start carrying her forwards.
My body, my rules.
You said that I could haltingly speak, right?
Yeah.
Celestia is stunned on the floor and goes, you look like shit.
Such sass, I love it.
It's not like a good line, but it happens. Just sheer pettiness.
Again, all of the crystal... initiative count 15, all of the crystals that you can see flash, as does Victory, as does the Baylor. That brings us to Scamp.
Oh yay.
You are currently still slowed.
Yeah. How stupid do I be? How tall is this room?
60 foot.
Already.
60 foot, lovely. Okay, let's do something incredibly stupid then. The slow, does it wear off at the end of our turn or at the
It wears off at initiative count 10.
Okay,
All of the crystal effects wear off at on initiative count 10.
lovely.
Oh, I like that I rolled a
So-
7 then. That's lucky.
Victory still has no reactions.
True. Yeah.
I mean, she's also mid-casting a
Yeah.
spell anyway because of bloody things. Then I'm going to do an incredibly stupid thing and attempt to use up my last good spell. We're sticking around, folks. There's no get. Let's not have a teleport on hand. Fine. I'm going to cast Earthquake.
Ooh,
Or attempt to.
okay.
Earthquake
Okay,
in a
time to look this one
lava
up.
room. Earthquake in a
Yeah,
lava
because
room.
we need to break. We need to break the machine.
We do,
and I've
actually.
got nothing else.
Fair, yeah.
All right.
Right, I will attempt to do this. I don't trust any of these D20s. They're all going to screw me over. 15. I cast the spell.
Okay. So this is. All right. You could,
100-foot radius circle.
at a point you can see within range.
Difficult terrain. Fissures everywhere. It's all terrible, but also the machine takes 50 bludgeoning damage. Immediately. And at the start of each of my turns until the spell ends.
Wow.
Nice, mate.
Right. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one.
Lava room, quake.
So one.
It's a terrible idea, but
So
how else
bad.
can I break a machine fast?
Okay.
Already had a lava swim today.
With a
I've also stopped flying because it's concentration.
you.
So, you know, it's really bad.
You drop to the ground with a surge of power.
Can I do a superhero landing? And
Yes.
Start the earthquake when I hit the
yes.
ground.
You drop to the ground, punching one fist
I'll
into
punch
it.
the floor and make an earthquake.
Hell
With
yeah.
my strength of 9.
Ground the earth, the black glass beneath you cracks and splinters as the whole room begins to shudder and quake. Pieces of the giant machine begin grinding and squealing, cracking and splintering up above. This has a bunch of effects. One of which is that as pieces of the machine above break, hot molten sky glass begins spraying out in every direction.
Yeah. I might have just killed everyone, but...
So I'm going to say that for as long as this carries on Scamp's turn, which is now, I need everyone to please make a dex save.
I'm still stunned.
You're still stunned.
Then fail.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm useless. It's okay.
28.
19.
Okay. Right. Celestia takes 6 points of fire damage.
Cool.
Halved because you have your fire shirt.
I do, which we
We
forgot.
forgot about that last time. And potentially would have saved you from the magma, but
Potentially.
magma.
I mean, I still would have had a magma swim
yeah,
either
still
way.
has magma swim either way.
Obviously, it also might not have saved me from a magma with how few hit points I had and how big the
that's a valid
damage was.
point.
Like, it actually might not have been enough. So
The remainder of you make your saves. Scamp, you take 3 half to 1, and Corzin, you take 3 points. 6 half to 5. 6 half to 3 fire damage. Because.
Where's my
just want to
pen
player's
gone?
handbook.
Oh,
I
you
borrowed
want
one.
to play.
Sorry, I need to look something
I've
up.
lost my
Sorry, that
pen.
looked like you were miming.
I was trying to mime a book. I've forgotten how to act. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's been a while.
So yeah, molten sky glass is now spraying in every direction. That's a good point. Lux and Victory also need to save. Both of them take. Lux takes 3, and actually, for that matter, so does Victory because, again, resistant to fire. Forget this.
Victory needs to make a concentration check because she's in the middle of trying to cast a thing. And took damage.
Okay, she makes it.
Yeah, I assumed she would.
Yes.
But just in case.
As this, in addition, you deal. Right, I'm going to put a note of general structural damage.
Oh, there's lots of fissures opening. 1d6 fissures.
Is it an either or? Sorry, let me just check. Do you pick one or the other with fissures or?
Oh yeah, can have additional effects depending on the terrain as determined by the GM.
Thank you, because that's what I'm checking. Okay, so it's my discretion as to whether we get fissures or not. As to whether we get fissures and whether we get structural damage. I mean, structural damage I know is going to be happening.
Cool, because that is the only reason I cast
that is the reason
this.
you're casting it. That's fine. Okay.
If anyone on the ground is concentrating, then...
Yes. Well, I've already done one con save today. Let's... Right, the way these fissures are going to open up is going to get a little bit random. So... Everyone who is on the ground, which is nearly everyone, roll me a luck check, please.
Okay.
11.
2.
3.
2, 3. Okay, right, so.
Lava swim number 2.
Okay, so what I am going to say is that a number of cracks do come across the ground. They aren't many hundreds of... They aren't many, like, dozens of feet deep, because of the way that the hidden world located within this ship is functioning, there are that much... Fissures that spread that far would start having more complex issues arising, and I'm just going to say that the superstructure of this place is built well enough to withstand that. What does, however, happen is that the floor and portions of the walls do start developing huge cracks in them.
Excuse me, the floor is lava.
And molten glass from sky glass from the channels does indeed begin flowing across the cracked sky glass floor. So I'm going to just say, for the purpose of this, that there are now 1, let's roll a d6. Why not? Okay. There are, for the sake of my sanity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 latitudinal. There are 3 crevices now crossing the battlefield. One of which passes directly underneath the Baylor.
Yay!
Who, with a sort of falls in up to, I'm going to say, like their knee in the molten sky glass. This is very difficult terrain for them and presents some issues, but they are immune to fire damage, unfortunately. Celestia is not. Under whom...
I am resistant.
Yes, which is about to become very relevant.
You get a lava swim.
Sorry.
You get a lava swim. Everybody gets a lava swim.
Yes, as instead of 27 damage from falling into fucking sky glass,
me.
you...
What does that have to? I'm tired.
You take 13 hit points of damage. And this has indeed created some points you're going to need to jump or fly over to get between things. Corzin, also a giant... you actually get to roll a dex save to jump out of the way of this.
Oh, goody. That's going to be a 23.
Okay, you successfully leap out of the way, and you take 1 point of damage.
Oh, Regent, damn it!
It's halved and... Oh no, you're not resistant to fire, are you?
No.
3 points of fire damage as you catch a little bit of the spraying sky glass. You drag Victory with you, who is now floating above the sky glass crack, in between you and Scamp. I'm going to say, Lux is now standing by the crack into which Celestia has started falling. And in a moment recovers from the paralysis enough to act and scramble free of. And finally, the first bit, which I was going to deal with, is the damage to the structure as a whole. So you have dealt 50 points of general structural damage to the room. Pieces of the machinery crack and splinter. A couple of bits fall to the ground. You see a crack spreading down the black glass crystal, the black glass spires leading towards the throne itself. However, that the whole throne, the whole machine and throne, is not taken out in one go. What does happen, however, is that the protective casing over the crystals shatters, exposing the glowing crystals that are making their way through the machinery, which are now easier to hit. They're still tiny, pieces of gemstone, about slightly larger than Lux's skull was, but they are now not also garbed in protective black glass. So that's
a difference.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And on initiative count 10, I have said that the machinery is rotating, and rotate it does. The purple and the blue crystals vanish behind other pieces of machinery, and a yellow and an orange crystal emerge instead. So this round, there's a green, yellow, and orange crystal activating. All of the slow and paralysis effects wear off.
Which one was slow and which one was paralysis?
Slow was Scamp and Corzin, etc.
What colour?
That was... slow was blue, paralysis was purple. And that means that it's time to pick some targets. Corzin, Scamp, Celestia. Okay. So Corzin, the green ray splashes, fires into the glass that has opened up, the molten glass river that has opened up next to you, and again, strands of glass come out and try to wrap around you. Strength save, please.
Strength save. Okay. Ooh, that's 14.
Not enough. You are struck by several streams of glass wrap around you, tangling up your body. You take 6 points of fire damage, and you are restrained until the next initiative countdown by strands of glass wrapping around your body.
Okay, mechanically, does this have any effect on the fact I'm also still grappling Victory?
You're
Just checking.
I mean, it's funny.
I
At the
believe-
very least, it's funny.
It hasn't moved you, so
Okay.
you're still grappling Victory. You're just holding on for you've got a death grip on her, basically.
And it was
She'll have
6
to
fire
break that
damage.
separately. Yeah, and 6
6
fire
fire
damage.
damage. Got it. Cool.
Okay, Scamp is the next one.
Yeah.
A yellow crystal in the up above flashes dazzling light at your eyes, and you see strange shapes rearing and twisting all around the edges of your vision. Roll a wisdom save, please.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh boy. 10.
Okay, you are frightened. Unlike the other effects, this one lasts until you shake it off.
Okay, that's... yeah.
So you are frightened. I'm going to say specifically, well, because of where Era is right now, you are frightened of Victory. So,
Okay.
while Victory is in your line of sight, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. You also cannot willingly move closer to her, although you are currently still right next to her.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Have I let go of her hand? I'm not sure I have. I mean, I fell to the ground, so I must have done.
You were knocked prone, so I think you fell to the ground, but maybe you're still holding on. But for the purposes of this, you weren't strongly grappling her. This was more like a taking.
No, I was just...
Celestia.
Then I did a superhero landing, which probably takes 2 hands.
Yeah. Celestia, however, roll a dex save, please, as an orange crystal twists in place and fires a bolt of lightning at you.
24. Come at me, bitch.
You leap out of the way.
It looks great.
Taking only a slight amount of
That is thunder.
of damage. This is lightning, so it's halved, and it'll be halved again in a moment.
It will, because I'm wearing my coat
2.
from a maybe sentient creature.
Yeah. So it would be 21, but it's halved to 10, and then halved again to 5. So you only take. So the lightning mostly impacts the lightning dragon, the dragon skin cloak.
Do I roll?
You
And the
do
coat
a
gets in the
dramatic
way.
roll, which also gets you out of the fucking sky glass that you've
Yep.
been in. Pieces of rapidly cooling sky glass break and splinter across the ground as you do.
I don't know why I'm keeping track of these colours like it's going to make a difference, but I am.
No,
I mean,
that's-
potentially. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that is Celestia's go. Celestia's go is starting now.
Oh my god, do I get to do a
You
thing?
get to do a thing.
Do I get to be in a fight this episode? Fuck, lucky me. Right, anyway. I'm kidding, don't worry. So... there are crystals exposed, yes?
Yes.
I also have questions about Victory, because I'm deciding between two things. Is a possession similar to a charm? Or, is that a whole different thing?
At this particular moment, as a free action, roll an Arcana check, please.
Okay, is that alright?
Yeah.
If it's cheaty, you
There's
just let me.
there's weird shit happening, so it's whether you can.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I know my fucking mind control.
You do know your mind control. Yes, a possession or a domination would count as a charm.
Cool.
However, it looks like from what you're seeing happening, the way these crystals are flashing, everything, the clues that you've overheard, it seems like the whole of this machinery is overwhelming Victory's ability.
It's more important than the charm.
Yes, to
Cool.
resist the charm. You get the sense that Victory would probably be able to shrug off the possession effect were she not being massively overpowered by the machinery.
Okay. in which case, has another question, if that's okay. So, with a destructive wave, it is usually creatures I choose within a set thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Can it be things what I choose instead?
We have established that you can do selective environment damage. Yes.
I'd like to damage some crystals, please.
Okay, the one thing to note is that the crystals are all on the ceiling, which is 60 feet up.
I can't really do that then. I hadn't realised they were on the ceiling somehow.
They are on the ceiling. So they're 60 feet up on the ceiling, so they're within range of a lot of ranged attacks and so on. There's also a lot of rubble just falling all over the place, including some pretty major pieces of masonry that are falling around. It is conceivable that with an athletics check, you might be able to get your way up onto one of the galleries that are 30 foot up on the edges of the room, or you might be able to clamber up onto some fallen machinery to gain probably at most 10 foot of height.
That is useless for anything urgent.
You could probably get, and again, if you could get back to the ramp, which is, you would need to dash to get up to the top of the ramp from here. That would bring you quite close to the ceiling and to two of the crystals.
Do I have anything else?
Unfortunately, the crystals themselves are spread out across the ceiling of the room as well. They appear to be...
I have another idea.
Yeah, go for it.
How many could I get in a 60-foot cone?
Ooh, a 60-foot cone. Because of the way they're positioned, you could get 3.
That would be worth it.
You could just get the 3 that are currently visible. So that would be green, yellow, and orange.
Check how this fucking spell works. I mean, it's only like a chance that I'd do damage. Decent chance, but a chance nonetheless. I don't know, there's only one that's like blinded.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, if the crystal's blinded, that's not really going to do anything.
Not going to do that.
It might not be able to find us then.
I don't think it's a person, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna. The rainbow spirit is gonna go all separatey out into big old ribbons. I'm not describing this very well.
Yeah. It splits into a kaleidoscope of glowing ribbons.
Thank you, DM, with the good words. Yes, that's actually what I needed. I really appreciate it. And different coloured rays from it collide into crystals. And God, I mean, if there's any scenario where I can also get like Lux or whomever in there, then I will do that. But if there's not, don't worry. Lux,
because you are
face.
I mean, you are currently next to Lux, so I'll say that
it's a cone. So.
Yeah, it's a cone. So you can, because you're arming upwards, you can probably just. Yeah, I'd say that you can slide around Lux, get down on one knee like you're going to propose, and then shoot a cone of cone of prismatic light up past
Be
her.
my wife. I would like to do that, please.
Okay, you slip around Lux, get down on one knee. What are you?
Marry me.
I guess roll. It's a D8, isn't it?
It is. Lux gets a dex save, but I mean the crystals are crystals, so I don't think
crystals.
they probably get a dex save.
They sort like that. I'm gonna roll one purely for the sake of the machinery moving, but because it affects how much damage they take. I think.
Up to you.
But
I don't think we normally roll for things, but it is also moving machine, if that makes sense.
Moving machinery. They haven't got a high chance of succeeding. They basically have a dex of 0, but they count. So let's do Lux first. What is her form's dex save? It's not nearly as good as its con save. That's a fail. Your spell save is what, 18?
Yeah.
And then for the others, just literally, do they roll a natural 18 or higher? They do not. Okay, so can you roll me, I think it's a d8 for each one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, first one is a 1, which is fire. Nice.
Roll damage.
Roll all the things. Sorry, I really haven't prepared, and I should have done. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 d6. I'm fine. That is 10, right? I can't even count to 10. Doing maths is going to go well. Okay, so that is 12, 18, 20, 22, 24, 34, 38, 41.
Okay, the
Fire.
green crystal shatters and explodes in a series of flaming chunks. It is turned to ash,
Oh, is the green one gone?
and you hear a grinding, screaming sound from the machine. Next one.
Okay, so it's
We'll do
D8.
Lux last.
Yep. Lux Last is fun for drama. I'm into it. Acid.
10d6.
Nice.
Ellie, do the maths. Hang on. 10, 20. Hang on. 30. 36. 38. 39. 41 again. That's really weird.
Okay.
I promise you, it's 41 again. I did count.
A spray of clear liquid coats the gemstone and the machinery around it, and you watch as it hisses and steams. The glass is relatively unaffected for the most part. It becomes a little bit more glistening, but the actual but the gemstone cracks, splinters, and then starts to crumble into pieces.
And that's the orange one.
Sorry, that's the yellow one.
The
My
yellow
bad. The
one.
yellow one is gone.
That's fine.
Okay, D8 for the next one.
So 7. So, that might be a shit one.
Okay.
The target is blinded and possibly banished to another plane. How do we figure that out? Save at the start of the next turn.
I will roll the save just to see what happens.
Yeah. If
Okay.
failed, transported to another plane, it says in brackets on my notes, DM's choice.
What I will say is that... Okay, well, it does make the save, interestingly, to avoid being teleported to a different plane. But...
Is it blinded?
it does begin to glow with an erratic sort of light that flickering and confused. So I am going to say that
It is a little bit blinded.
it is a little bit blinded,
Oh,
and this
cool.
will continue to it. It's something has gone wrong with it.
Something's gone weird, but it's
I
not
will
broken.
also say
Yeah.
that the way it is illuminated right now, it is easier to hit than it otherwise would be, because it's a big old glowing target.
Yes.
And the last one against Lux, please.
Okay, that is lightning.
Roll damage.
All their lightning for Lux. All of it. Okay. We have 10. 14, 16, 18, 19, 22, 25, 27, 31. Not as much, but still not bad.
Okay. Still pretty decent.
So I
You
will
see,
take the crystal damage,
as
thank
the
you.
lightning strikes at her new body, she screeches in pain and frustration. This body seems pretty well built, and and in rage, she reaches back with her hand and pulls away her fucking like Ringu hair for a moment, and stares at you instead of... I forgot to do this. Instead of any face you see, instead of a Chin or Tiefling or whatever face, you swear for a moment you can see. You swear for a moment that it's Quelena looking at you. Roll the wisdom save, please.
Ooh, do I not get a bonus action before?
You get your bonus action. This doesn't, but I just realised that she can do this as a reaction.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
It's not amazing. It's not amazing. That's a 14.
Oh, it's just enough.
Really? Fuck. Okay.
You overpower you manage to overpower the gut drop, like the sense of terror in your gut, and force past it. It's not Quelena.
A small amount of liquid comes out of Celestia, and I'm not telling you where from.
Yeah. But yeah, so you are not frightened. But you are possibly you are a little shitty yourself.
Oh, fuck this fucking fuckery, says Celestia.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a bonus action I want to do. So I look up at Victory and I say, "You are too absurdly stubborn to let yourself be taken over by this twat, darling. Come on." And she gets inspiration.
Okay. I'll note that.
It's half considering counter charm, but we really need to break the crystals. So yeah.
There's inspiration.
That was the well-placed 20 on the how does this work.
Alright, that brings us to the end of Celestia's turn. It's Baelor O'Clock.
Boo.
The Baelor is going to take the whip, strike up at the ceiling. The flaming whip catches on some of the machinery, and it leaps into the air, swinging on it Indiana Jones style through the air and landing kind of basically astride the flaming sky glass channel near to Scamp and Corzin. And it is going to... and Victory, who's now sped up, looks to it and says... and says... to it, and then to Scamp.
Get the skulls to the throne.
And it's going to attack Scamp.
Good.
Boo.
Longsword first. This is, 24.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 6, 12, 17, 25 slashing damage.
Cool.
And do you have any resistance to lightning?
No.
Cool. Then you also take 6 lightning damage as you are struck by the crackling longsword.
Ow.
Ow, indeed.
What was that total? Sorry, it was 26 and 6.
Yep. So it's
32.
notably, it is actually it's about 10 feet from Scamp, I'm going to say, and about 15 feet from Corzin because of how it's angled. And yes, it has that reach with the longsword. It has even more reach with the whip, which it's going to strike at Corzin with. Actually, I'm going to say.
Okay.
That is.
I maintain
I'm
concentration.
restrained currently, so it probably has advantage.
It does, and well, it rolls a 30.
Yeah, that
Only
just hit.
30?
Yeah, it's gonna just sneak in there.
Fucking Baelor! Yeah!
Yeah.
So you take 18 slashing damage,
Okay.
and you're not resistant to fire. 15 fire damage from the flaming whip.
Okay.
And strength save, please. I don't think restrained affects your strength save.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, just drop. Yeah, just drop. It's dex saves you disadvantage on.
Oh man. Okay. My strength save is it's 12.
Okay. Well, good news, bad news. The good news is it does break you free of your prison of skyglass. The bad news is it does this by pulling you directly next to the Baelor,
Okay, am I still holding on to
No,
victory?
because you've been moved against your will. Your hand slips free. Victory is now free.
There, okay. So that was a total of 33 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah. That is the Baelor's turn. Top of the round, it's Corzin.
Okay, so from where I currently am now, looking like directly upwards, are the crystals above me?
So because of where they are, one crystal is directly above you that you can see, which is the orange lightning one. You can also see 2 burnt out husks that are above you. Based on the way that the machinery is moving, next round, or when we hit initiative count 10, the orange one will still be visible, but 2 new crystals will become visible further up the rim.
Right, okay.
But yes, you are more or less beneath the orange one right now.
Okay. No, I'll leave what I was going to do until there are more targets of opportunity.
Okay.
What I will do is, if I'm right next to the Baelor, I'm going to go to town on cutting this thing down to size. So, in melee then, that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes, I believe that does hit.
Okay.
Just about.
That'll be
It's a giant fuck off demon.
10 slashing damage with a further 2 Slayer's Prey. And second attack, that is going to be a 29 to hit.
Yep.
For another 10 slashing damage with a further 2 Slayer's Prey. And last one, natural 20.
Okay. Hacking into this, baby.
Oh yeah. Right, that's 8, but that doubles to 16 slashing damage with a further 3 Slayer's Prey. I'm basically just hacking away at this thing's like equivalent of the. I know with goat legs the Achilles tendon would be somewhere else, but it's like he's going at whatever he can reach with his sword.
You slash dramatically at the lower limbs. Black blood gushes forth from every place that you manage to slash it in. You're practically like the ground would be becoming slippery with blood were it not for the fact that it's hissing and steaming away in the heat of the molten glass. Nevertheless, it's you'd say that you've done some moderate wounds to it at this point.
Okay.
It's by no means out of the fight yet.
I mean, the size
boy.
disparity once again is just hilarious at this point. He's a 2'10" creature, and this thing is like what? 12?
Yeah.
No, this thing is 20 foot tall.
Oh, okay. So it is
3 times
10 Corzins high.
easily 3 times Celestia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, this
Weirdly,
is
I had it in my head you said 2. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
This is a 20 foot tall creature.
Boo. Things aren't supposed to be taller than me in this podcast.
This must be stopped.
This must end.
Bring you down to size.
Corzin is doing his best to whittle him down to size a little.
This cannot stand because then it would be too tall.
Okay, I think that's the end of your round.
Yes, that is the end of my round.
Okay, so this point we get somewhat annoyingly. Sure. We can't. There's not a lot we can really do with that, which is very frustrating. So we're going to go for it. Okay, Scamp. Yeah, Victory's going to drop her fly spell annoyingly at this point. And land on the ground, because this, I think, is going to require... I'm pretty sure this requires concentration. It does. She turns to you, Scamp, and seems to look at a couple of things behind your shoulders as well, and says,
I am the only one who remembers our quest. You will kneel to me.
And her eye and the skull blaze with mesmerizing red light. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Yeah. That's a 1.
Is she casting a spell?
She is.
Magic uses Nemesis.
Okay. Do you? What's the roll?
The creature must succeed a Wisdom saving throw in this case DC 16, or the spell fails and is wasted.
Yep, and you've got your reactions. Fuck.
Yep.
All right. That was a natural 1. So.
No, you bloody well don't.
Yay!
2 1s in a row.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Can't use that again unless I've had a long rest, folks. So enjoy that.
It was a good point to drop one. Honestly,
No, it's
10
cool.
points.
You, that's a success. Scamp, you feel your will being taken over. You feel your mind being dominated by the oppressive glare of Ira's personality. Only for Corzin to shoot Victory in the gut. It actually rebounds off off one of the protective shields, but the impact catches the 13-year-old girl in the gut, and for a moment her frail body is disturbed enough to break the concentration of the eldritch divinity behind it. Your mind snaps back to your own. Also, roll 2d100.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for that to happen. Okay, so...
It's good, because you were about
41.
to... 41?
And 8.
I mean, you can see 2 futures. There is a future of fire, and there is a future in which you cease to be.
Both of those sound dreadful. Like, really bad.
But only for a moment.
In the second one, do I feel like I would be likely to lose concentration?
Yes, because that ceasing to exist as yourself makes it very hard to keep concentration up.
It's hard to concentrate when you don't exist. Isn't it?
Then I don't really have an option. I need to keep concentrating.
Okay, you do not turn into a potted plant, which, would break
No.
your concentration.
Yeah, that would have been a problem. I was wondering if the potted plant could concentrate.
But you do immediately burst
Yeah.
into flames.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's a 20-foot radius, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
Celestia is fine.
Yay!
As is Lux.
Is
but,
she there?
the Baylor is fine, being completely immune to fire. Everyone else needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm better than you
Natural
in
20.
concentration.
That was cocked.
Total of 30 if it makes a difference.
Natural 19.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't, because my spell save is like 18. I've rolled a 10.
Cool. So, do you want to... it's 60... It'd be 68.
I've rolled
wouldn't
27 damage.
it? Cool.
86.
Love
26,
not being
yeah.
near this.
Third level fireball.
27, so Corzin takes 13 fire damage.
Okay.
Victory would take 13, but halved to 6.
So that's another 13 off of that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Folks, I feel duty bound to point this out. Corzin is on 69 hit points.
Nice.
Yep, it's not a melee hit, so she can't use her Storm's Fury. And she finished casting the spell from last time, so there's not much we can do there. Okay, that is... Yeah, that's basically it. That's, I think, all she can do. She's not got another good bonus action she can use. Initiative count 20. The ship rocks violently to port.
Yay!
Everyone's on the ground now.
We're going to get saved,
strength
though.
saves, please.
Oh,
That's
it's a whole 10.
good. That's actually
one,
good
but
for
lucky.
me. That's a 19.
Okay, that's 28.
28, 19. What was yours, Scamp?
10.
Yay!
Hey.
Like, there is just no point even thinking about timesing this, because I rolled a 15 once, and that was not good enough. And I have a -1 modifier, so...
Yeah, you've got even worse strength than me, haven't you?
Corzin and Celestia both keep their... Corzin, Celestia, the Baelor, and Lux all manage to keep their footing. Victory and Scamp, the two teenagers, are hurled 20 feet
That seems reasonable, yeah.
to port and end up landing on the ground. Given the giant cracks that have appeared, Scamp, roll a luck check. I'm going to do the same for Victory.
7. I'm in trouble.
It's fine. It was 5 or less that would have landed you in one. I'm going to say you land right next to one of the cracked bits.
Boy.
Giant cracks filled with molten sky glass, but you don't land in it. Okay, both of you are now tumbled in a heap together. That is initiative count 19. Lux, who was clearly about to deal some fucking vengeance on Celestia, finds her body does not want to obey that command. So, Celestia, if you really want to take a melee opportunity attack, you can.
I will happily slap her with something. What do I have?
Stab her with a rapier on the way out.
It's just a little, yeah. Like, Celestia's not actually that graceful with a rapier, so it's a proper little flail. How do I use a rapier? I'm a bard. My rapier is somewhere here. Hang on. Yeah, I've got it. There it is. Cool. That's a natural 1, so it doesn't fucking matter. Do I cut myself? Is that what happens?
You drop the rapier.
Cool. I'll leave it there. It
Bounces
can
on the
stay.
floor, teetering dangerously near the edge of one of the molten glass channels, but
fine.
doesn't fall in. Lux
I'll pick it up later if I can be bothered.
leaps over the edge and comes to within... I think within 10 feet is enough. No,
It's all very difficult terrain, if that makes any difference.
Oh, that actually does make a difference, yeah. Because it means that she can only get 15 feet. Because unlike the Baelor, who can do the Indiana Jones whip thing, she can't effectively fly. So that means to travel 30 feet... Ah, shit, yeah, to travel 30 feet, she would need to get all the way... She's going to need to dash to reach you. She does get, I'm going to say, within... fucking Pythagoras. Within 10 feet of you. And is going to be in between position so that if you are hurled another 20 feet by the next ship rotation, she'll still be within range to try and attack you. But that's all she can do this turn. That difficult terrain, actually really effective on this occasion. Okay, at the end of Lux's turn, the remaining crystal that you can see, as well as those hidden, flash. And this time, we finally get to see what happens. Victory has taken a few cuts and grazes from the various attacks against her, but no serious damage. But as she flashes with light, you see those injuries vanish from her skin and reappear, though they look tiny by comparison, on the Baelor.
Ooh.
The damage done to Victory has been transferred to the form of the hulking monster.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Scamp. Scamp, you're in a pile you're in a pile on the floor with Victory. Next.
Okay.
Good sentence.
The machine takes 50 damage.
It does, and everyone needs to make a dex save.
Okay. 19.
20.
23. This fight is a very either all of us roll well or none of us do fight, isn't it?
That way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the same as
Like, we've
18,
either all
so-
got between 1 and 5, or we're all above 50, or all above 18.
Okay, I think all of you save and thus take. Those of you who are it would have been 12, it becomes 6. Corzin takes 6, everyone else takes 3.
Okay.
Cool.
Heat damage.
Cool.
From.
I maintain concentration.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
Corzin doesn't have 69 hit points anymore.
That's a shame.
Boo.
From the bullet sprays of molten
Not
glass.
nice.
I will say that at this point, a piece of the superstructure crumbles, and one at this point, by the way, the crew who've been watching are pulling back out of the viewing galleries, like into the sides of the ships, into the adjoining rooms. They're still watching with some interest, but they're not intervening. They're certainly not sticking around where the fucking collapsing is happening. Some have just been making for the fucking ramp up and fleeing to the relative safety of outside. But a piece of the walkway crumbles and collapses down, creating a ramp on the port side, terminating not far from where Scamp is, actually, that now creates a ramp up to that halfway up gantry. Again, pieces of machinery fall, crack, and crumble. No more. You don't see any additional damage happen to the crystals that you can see yet, but it does continue onwards. Okay, and that's your action is to is your action to continue casting that, or does it just?
I think
for as
it's
long
just
as you-
concentrating.
It's just
Let me
concentrating.
double check that.
Cool.
I think I'm just concentrating on it, and I can do other stuff as long as it doesn't.
Great concentration.
Concentration. Ba-do.
Yep, that's fine. At
Yeah,
the
this
end
is
of
lots
at
of
the end of
concentrating.
your turn, it all happens. Oh, and everyone needs to make a dex save, a second dex save, please.
Love a dex save.
Oh yeah. I failed
Good.
that one.
27.
25.
15.
Boo.
Well, the of all figures, the Baelor is knocked prone by the
Sweet.
earthquake.
Lol.
That's the Lux manages to keep her footing.
I assume that
So-
it's a dex save to make sure that the Baelor doesn't fall on me.
Which is a valid point. Scamp, you also need to make a con save
Oh, a con save.
because you're concentrating on a spell and you're on the ground. And I-
That's just when it's cast, isn't it? The concentration, or is that ongoing?
Oh, true. No, it's just when it's cast. I suppose, yeah. Yep, that's fair. Thank you.
Cool. I was to check that because that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good at those, but even so.
Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Right.
So,
How many of these crystals can I see?
at the moment, only one. The crystals have not finished. Have not rotated into the next adjoinment. You can see the weirdly flaring and sort of flashing orange crystal right now.
Okay.
That
That's
was
the
the one that did
lightning
lightning, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I hurt the thing in front of me? Do I try and break the thing? I'm going to try and break the thing. I think. I've got disadvantage because I'm frightened.
Yes.
What's going to be the best thing to do? Yeah, I'll do an Eldritch Blast because it gives me more chances of actually hitting. First one, it was a 25 to hit.
Hits.
Second one is A 26 to hit.
Hits.
And the third one is a 26 to hit.
All
I
three
didn't roll
hit
below
dead
a
on.
15 there
Nice.
with disadvantage.
Roll damage.
There was a 20 in there, that is sad. 10, 19, 23.
You did good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the second
I rolled a 9 and a
impact,
10 on the D10.
the first impact strikes the crystal. It cracks. The second shatters it.
Hell yeah.
The third impacts the empty space where it was. The orange
Yeah, I
crystal
guess the machine takes full damage.
explodes with a blast of lightning. And fight, because it's the end of your round, wisdom save to try and shrug off the fear.
Okay. That's an 11.
No, it's still a
It's
threat.
just gonna stick around.
Okay. You can use.
I can't really move anywhere without getting attacked.
You can stand up. You're currently prone.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Cool. Which has the nice effect that Lux does not have advantage on her attacks against you when her round comes back round.
Woo!
So, okay, which makes it the crystal's turn. With an increasingly grinding, squeaking sound, the crystals rotate. 2 new crystals are exposed as more become hidden. You see a red crystal emerge and the dreaded purple crystal
Boo,
re-emerge.
my least favourite crystal.
Boo.
So these are going to pick targets at random.
The Missago crystal.
Okay. Those crystals go. So the first crystal is the red crystal and it targets Celestia. It flares with a mesmerizing light down at you. I need you to make a charisma save, please.
Oh, come on. Surely.
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 Come on.
Watch me
You're
get
an
a 1.
elf,
No.
it's a
Ha
show
ha
me
ha
facts.
ha. Ha. It's good. Needs to do maths, but it's good.
a good
That
point.
is... How many is that? That's a 27.
Okay, you resist the
I'll
domination.
just stare it down like, no.
Corzin, you need to make a con save as the purple crystal sprays a strange sort of enervating light at you.
Okay, is this a poison effect?
No, this is paralysis.
Yeah, purple
Okay.
is stun.
Con. Okay, that is a 15.
Ooh, Scamp, you're getting one of your tingling feelings.
Yeah, I thought I'll do something. I'll try that. That's a 3.
Okay.
18.
Corzin looks like they're about to lock up when the Baylor, starting to pick itself up, blocks the line of sight momentarily.
Gets in the way of the
And
telly.
Corzin is able to
so-
shut off the
I mean,
effect.
if it was a large enough creature, it will act as cover, right?
Yeah. Okay, that is the crystal's turn. So red and purple are now exposed.
Cool.
That brings us to Celestia.
Okay. Oh, I have a couple of things I could pull. Tempted to do the same thing again because it worked really well last time, but also where is Lux in relation to me versus Crystal?
Okay, so
And specifically,
relevant,
is there
relevant
like
details.
a straight line that I could get Lux and a Crystal in, or not? If there's not, that's absolutely fine. It just changes my move.
There's not really.
Cool.
Lux is now now close to 30 feet away from you, as opposed to next to you. Also, the red crystal and the purple crystal are on opposite ends of the room
Cool.
right now.
So I could only get one anyway.
So the purple one is near the entryway where you first came in, to the bottom end of the room, like the far end, like the end with the ramp. And the red crystal is up near the throne.
Mm-hmm. And where is Lux?
And Lux is 30 feet back towards the ramp, the entry ramp, and about 10 feet from literally the rest of your party, actually. Scamp and Corzin, and also the Baylor and Victory. They're all in a little clump.
But I couldn't get her
And
somebody else in. Could I get her and them in a 60-foot cone?
Oh, you could get... Yes, I'll
Is
say
it
from where
worth
you are,
that?
you could
Is
get
it worth
Lux, Victory, and the Baylor in a 60-foot cone, but you would get Scamp.
Okay, that's probably not worth it.
You would either... It's basically... You can... anything that would hit Lux from where you are could hit one or both other opponents, but would need to include either Scamp or Corzin, depending on how you angled it.
What about a 30-foot radius? If I ran and did one.
You could just get
Because
Lux.
that I can choose people in that.
Oh, if you can
so.
choose that, yeah, 30-foot radius out from you, is that?
Yes.
Yeah, if you because it's difficult terrain, you'll be able to move 15 feet, but you'll just be able to get all three of them within it.
Okay, so that would be Lux, Baylor, and a crystal.
And and Victory. To get a crystal, there's no way to get a crystal because because they're too high up.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Cool.
The problem is that the crystals are on the ceiling.
I'm going to struggle with the ceiling. There's not really where I can get to it, is there?
It would need an impressive athletics check to make it, because you need to jump over the shaking, rumbling terrain. You could just about get up the collapsed sort of gantry up to halfway, and maybe take a stab at the red one, but you'd be giving up attacking anyone else. Yeah.
Baylor is 20 feet tall, yes.
The Baylor is 20 feet tall.
And I am 6 foot tall.
I would say that if you could get onto the Baylor and be on top of it when it stands up, which it's about to do, you can see it's in the process of standing up next turn, then yes, if you held your action, you would be able to hit
If I did...
the purple crystal and also the Baylor and everyone else.
Can I be insane and do that? Can I climb on it and hold a destructive wave?
Okay, this is going to take either athletics or acrobatics to try and...
I wonder which you'll choose.
To basically try and parkour your way across the rubble and leap
I will parkour.
onto the Baylor. This is a high DC.
I can only imagine how high the fucking DC is, but I'm going to try and do it. Do I? Okay.
I think just...
Oh, I don't know what dice
I don't know if
to
there's
use.
any advantages you can give yourself or anything like that.
I don't think so, man. I think we've just got to do it.
I think
really,
you just
haven't
got to
I?
do it.
I just don't know what dice to use because they all look evil. This one's flashing nicely. Let's use that. Okay, so that is acrobatics, yes. That's a 25. Will that do it?
That's the DC.
No way!
Oh, yes!
Hell yeah!
So,
Jack of all fucking trades.
scramble, ignoring your dropped rapier, you
It's
leap
not my best skill, but
over
it's up there.
over the channel of molten sky glass.
I do a roly-poly
You
in midair.
you scramble up a fallen piece of masonry like a ramp. Leap, do a little
Do a
tumble,
roly-poly. Yeah.
as you do, and grab onto the twin horns of the Baylor
Yep.
as it is standing up.
Yeah, I do that.
And I'm going to say you kind of delay the casting the spell
Until it's
the moment
upright.
it stands
Yeah.
up. The first thing the Baylor does is stand upright. So as it stands up, you've basically got. I mean, you cast this with the guitar, don't you?
Yeah.
So you've kind of got. So that means you need both your hands.
Can I smack it on the head with the guitar?
Yeah, you can. So you've got.
do it.
You grab one horn with one hand,
Just
swing the
bang.
guitar like a mace, and then
The rainbow spirit goes up like a whip.
right between the horns as it stretches up to its full height. Yeah, roll some damage.
Yeah. Hang on. I will.
Do you want to include victory in this, or not? Because you've definitely got Lux and the purple crystal.
Did Celestia see that the victory was healing and the damage going to the...
Everyone saw that.
Baylor?
Everyone
So,
saw that.
yeah.
Okay. So, if I damage her, it might go to him. And also, she might be all possessed and stuff right now. And also, she did kind of knock me out earlier. She gave me a little lava swim earlier today. Yeah, I'm gonna hit victory.
Okay.
So this is radiant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just arbitrarily, just so I've called it. So 9, 10, 11, 12. Not amazing.
12 radiant. And the other half is
Thunder.
cool.
Okay, so 10, 15, 18, 21. It's not quite as good as the other spell, but
Okay,
and that is
so
also on crystal as well, whichever crystal I was near.
20. So victory doesn't save, but does take half the damage from the thunder side because she is resistant to thunder damage. Lux, it's 33 total. Okay, Lux actually does save, so she dives out of the way and takes only 16 damage, which is still enough that she's as the lance of multicolored light rips through her side. She's looking pretty effed up by this at this point, and not happy about the situation.
Love that you stopped yourself swearing just then. Fascinating.
The Baylor, by comparison, just fucking takes it like a champ. Right in the head. You see portions of the scalp just tear asunder, revealing fucking armor-like bone beneath. But it does take the full 33 damage.
Why have I forgotten the Lyre of Inspiration exists?
The Lyre of Inspiration does exist. You can.
Because
Is
it's
it a bonus
when
action?
you've not used it before.
Have you used your bonus last time?
I haven't used my bonus on this turn.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I guess we've been saying that the way you've been doing it. I'll wangle a bit. If you want to use, I think it's bonus for action for inspiration, isn't it? This time?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, if you want to fuck it, you can use it as the Baylor is standing up and then do the spell. So if you want to use the Lyre of Inspiration, you can.
Why would it not work on the Baylor's head?
Oh, it's literally
Because you
because
held your
you're
action.
holding the thing.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm basically letting you futz around your turn order slightly. Go on.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
I thought that we were still in basically the same time because it had stood up, so I'm
Yeah.
confused. Because it was literally just in the time it took to stand and it immediately stood up, right?
Don't worry about it. The point is you can use the Lyre.
Okay, I don't want to cheat you.
No,
so-
no, it's fine. It's
Cool.
like some weird. This is weird, fine ruled stuff that doesn't really matter.
Okay, so yeah, I guess when do I do it? I'm confused.
So-
I'm confused as to
Right.
why this is weird.
Drama. Ignore that. You leap. You land on the Baylor's head. As it stands up, you smack it on the head. You cast the spell, and then shouldering the guitar, you bring up the Lyre of Inspiration. Ready
I'd
to
like
cast.
to. I'd like to tweak the strings on one of its horns.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody gets inspiration. Who's within 30 feet of
So
me.
there's. I'm going to give you a reminder of how.
Oh,
this
unless
works
it's
again.
everyone.
So I believe you are allowed to check, but I'm just sorry. This is on my phone.
It's fine. I would check on my phone, but it's run out of battery. I'm really sorry. That's why I'm not googling it right now.
I've got outstanding Patreon elements. Fun fact: the whole Void adventure has basically been me using up some very long-standing Patreon things to show up.
Thanks,
Okay.
patrons.
You can grant everyone you choose within 30 feet a single use of bardic inspiration. There's a single use grants inspiration to everyone
When I
within 30
choose,
feet.
that's good.
You choose. You must state a specific course of action
Ooh.
when you do so that you are inspiring them towards.
I mean, I think that's fairly easy, but it's which specific bit of this we want to do.
So,
Do I say destroy the crystals? Do I say kill the thing? Save victory.
Okay.
okay.
we all know that
Yep.
like we need to do
Yeah.
everything
Yep.
else to save
Excellent.
victory. I'm hoping that will do it.
Victory's already got inspiration from before, but who are you granting inspiration to with this specific thing?
Oh, my friends.
All your friends. Excellent. You could technically, because the wording of this, grant inspiration to yourself.
Can I? That's exciting.
Um,
I will take it if I'm allowed.
Right. Everyone, please write down save victory.
Save. Okay.
Does Jeffrey get it too? I know
Yes.
Jeffrey's not really getting too involved in this fight.
Okay.
He does though. Actually, can Friend and Co have inspiration, or are they allowed?
They can't really. They're not able to act except
That's
by
fair.
sporting the Scamp.
Thought I'd ask.
They don't have bodies.
No, fair enough.
So okay.
It's a D12 these days.
Excellent.
Corzin and Scamp, you feel a surge of hope and certainty fill your hearts. Whatever else happens, whatever else may come, you must save victory. Worth noting, if inspiration is granted to all of you, if you achieve a significant step towards this goal within 10 minutes, you will get that inspiration back if it has been expended.
Ooh, cool.
Yes. Okay, you've used the Lyre of Inspiration.
I've done the thing.
On that note, the Baelor stands the fuck up.
Staying there.
Alright, let's see. Is the Baelor listening to orders this turn? The Baelor is not listening to orders this turn.
Swooshed and toe.
Okay. Who is within range? Everyone is within range.
I'm on his head. I think I'm maybe within range.
Technically speaking, given our relative positions to each other at the moment, it could be argued we're flanking it.
There are 5 creatures within range, discounting itself, and discounting Jeffrey. And Marjorie.
Jeffrey's hiding in my bag.
Okay. Okay. So, the first one. Its eye flickering with the red light in confusion and chaos is going to lash out at the 2 tiefling sorcerers.
Oh no.
So
I'm in
you
trouble.
are both prone.
I'm not. I stood up.
You've stood up.
That's true.
That's true. Victory, however, is still prone, I believe, because she got thrown by the thing, so it's with advantage against Victory. Which, yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty fucking likely to hit. Okay, so Victory is going to take some damage now as the sword cleaves into her side. It smashes one of the spinning shields, which takes the brunt of the damage, but it's still not it's still pretty nasty. So that's 19 slashing and fuck me, 19 halved to 9 lightning.
Okay.
Becomes 20. Doing quick bit of maths. Okay. Victory is looking pretty seriously injured from this point.
I'm not surprised.
There's a
Yeah,
giant
seems
fuck
fair.
off injury in her side, and you hear her eyes flicker from a "Ah, help!" and then flicker back. You imbecile! Meanwhile, Baelor's gonna whip at Scamp with a 27. I think that might hit.
Yeah. Got a sneaky
About.
suspicion.
Just about. Okay, so you take 10 points of slashing damage. And 10 halved to 5 points of fire damage. So 15 total, and DC 20 strength save, please. Oop, I don't normally just say the DC, but there you go. Now you know.
I can't roll that high.
Oh, you're actually physically incapable.
I mean,
aren't
roll
you?
and see if you get an actual 20.
I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't. I got a 13, so that's a 12.
Okay, you are dragged 5 feet closer to the Baylor.
Boo.
So you're now hugging right up against him. Oh, it's
I
Baylor time.
maintain concentration.
Okay, that makes it top of the round. One other thing that I forgot to mention was you did enough that even if it saved, it wouldn't have made it. You did what? Just 33 damage on your thunderous on your thunder thing. Yeah, even if it saved, that would exceed 15. The long-hated purple crystal shatters.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
So is there just the one left now?
So you can see
Blue and red?
you can see the red crystal, and the blue crystal is yet to re-emerge.
Okay. So there's one visible currently.
Yeah.
But we're on 4 out of 6 are gone. So
Yes.
it's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, that means as top of the round, it's Corzin.
Okay.
Because of Pythagoras and so on and so forth, I'm going to say that the red, from your current position, the red crystal is, call it 120 feet away.
Okay.
The Baylor is right on top of you.
Right. Okay. So it's 120 feet above me. Right. Cool.
Well, it's far away. It's like
On a diagonal.
yeah, it's like on a diagonal. So it's like 90 feet away from you, lengthways away from you, and then 60 feet up. And I'm just fucking
Right.
calling it 100.
Yeah. No. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
There was
It's annoying to
genuinely
think
a spell
of it
I was
anyway.
considering. There was genuinely
Yeah.
a spell I was
The
considering if I
amount
was
of
right
times
beneath
we've
it.
said because of Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Like, never thought that it would ever be useful, really. Not in day-to-day life.
No.
D&D.
D&D. Learn
We
your
love it.
Pythagoras theorem, kids.
We love a triangle.
Learn it
in
better than
D&D.
us.
A question, however, on that note. The crystals that are in the machine still, are they close enough to each other that they would count as being like within 5 feet of each other?
No.
Okay.
The crystals are like
Oh,
fucking
at different points in the room.
at different
aren't
points in the room.
Totally fair. Okay, now in which case then I'm just going to focus on the Baylor. And
And you can only see one crystal right now
yeah, okay.
because the other one is still covered by machinery.
Right, yeah, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to continue hacking away at its legs because that seemed to be working reasonably well last time.
Okay.
So, okay, first attack. That is a 16 to hit, which I don't think will.
No.
Nope, okay. Second attack, that is a 21 to hit.
Are you flanking?
That does.
That's a good question, actually. Technically
we've-
speaking, I'm stood between the Baylor's feet.
You are, but we've
currently.
never used the flanking rules up until this point in
Fair
the
enough.
campaign.
Fair, okay.
It's not time now. That's fair.
Fair enough.
We've literally never used the flanking rules.
Fair.
So
We'll never do it.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really ever come up.
yeah.
But, okay, so does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, a 21. Right, that is 12 slashing damage with a further 4 Slayer's Prey. And for the final attack, that is another 21 to hit.
Yep.
There's 8 slashing damage with a further 5 on the Slayer's Prey.
8 plus 5. Got it.
Okay. I am not going to move from my current position because, frankly, it's. If anything, his bulk is going to be working against him to try and get me. Like, if he's a rotund demon, then he's going to have to be stepping back in order to even see me.
Yeah. As the demon, as you slash, you continue slashing, cutting at his thighs, the backs of his cloven hooves, opening up arteries and veins, blood gushing forward. You can see that although most of the damage is in the lower parts, he's now starting to sag, and the body is slowing, starting to actually look quite seriously injured just from sheer blood loss at this point.
I mean, femoral arteries are no joke, kids.
Yeah. Okay. Victory. It's going to be a weird one. Okay, Victory's going to burn a higher spell slot on this then. Because she's got limits on what she can do. Is going to look at Scamp and Grit. I think at this point, what's her best option here to achieve her goal? Okay, no, she needs those. She needs those skulls. She grits her teeth and again turns a mesmerizing red glare at Scamp. Roll another wisdom save, please.
I'm going to tides this because.
Okay.
Do I have my
also
reaction?
have inspiration.
Do I have my reaction back at this point? I've lost track. When did I use it?
You used it on Corzin. You don't have it back yet.
Cool. Then I will
You do have
just.
inspiration though.
You do have inspiration though. Yes.
It's 12.
I will. I don't know why I would want my reaction. I'm going to tides it because I need that. I don't think that the inspiration is going to help. I
Fair.
rolled double threes with advantage.
Yeah, definitely not.
I don't think a 15 would do it. So
No, I really don't think it would. Also, it's not guaranteed that it's a 12. It's a D12. Like,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Like the
It
maximum
might be another 3.
wouldn't help.
Okay. You feel the. Ira's gaze consumes your existence. You feel his will completely overtake yours, seizing control of your body. Yep, that is going to... and you feel the body... okay, yeah, you feel his voice echoing through your skull, overwriting your will, which will become relevant when it gets to your turn, because that much is Victory's main action. Seeing what else has happened, though, she is... I'm going to say that she will clamber up and away toward and slightly up the gantry, retreating backwards with what movement she has to get away from at least out of the as best she can out of the range of the fucking Baelor body, which is a little erratic right now. Wraps her arm around the thing, and then the ship rocks violently. Oh, actually, yeah, she needs her ability to... Sorry, when she casts the spell, she gets to fly 10 feet and land. So we'll scramble up onto the gantry that way. Okay, the entire ship then rocks violently starboard.
I am on demon head.
True, you need to
What
roll
happened?
to stay on the demon head, basically. So strength saves, please. For everyone who's not flying.
That is an 18.
That's 12.
Okay. Impressively, both Victory and Lux made that save, as did Scamp.
14, so probably not.
I think that means that, yeah, Corzin and Celestia are both hurled 20 feet.
Scuppers my plans.
Starboard. And onto the ground. Corzin, you are hurled out of the reach of the Baelor and onto the ground as well.
Small
So you
mercies.
You're now on the starboard edge of the long tunnel.
I'm really sorry, but is that left or right?
Right.
Right.
Okay. That brings us to Lux, who kind of looks up to Victory, says, "I'm sorry. Do you want me to beat the shit out of them or not?"
No. They are in hand. Stop the others.
Lux, shrugging at that, is going to scramble over towards... Going to decide at random. Corzin or Celestia. Corzin! Gets within 10 feet of Corzin and is going to attack you with 2 fucking whips.
Okay.
Yes! 4 rounds in, she finally gets to make an attack.
Hey, does she have enough movement to get... Yeah, because she was near them.
Yeah.
Difficult terrain still.
Difficult terrain, but she's able to just about scramble over getting close enough. Okay, both of which should hit, because those were the lower of which was a dirty 21.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you take some slashings damages. Okay, so 7 plus 6. 7 plus 6, Jason, you can do that. It's 13 plus 8. So you take 21 slashing damage, and
Okay.
you are grappled by the one of the whips, Corzin.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I think you're grappled by both of the whips. So
I mean, grappling effects don't stack, do they? Or do I have to escape from one?
True.
And
No.
another?
You have to escape from one, and then the one successful grappling effect will get you out of both. I'm going to say
Okay.
so.
Right,
So
cool.
I'll say that she only grapples you with one of the whips, but it does begin to constrain around you.
Okay.
So you are restrained until the grapple ends.
Cool.
And there is additional damage effects. That said, Lux is not looking great and is clearly inclined to fucking leave. Shit. No, it's fine. I've said that. We'll get to that when we get to it. Right. That's Lux's turn. Round 15. The remaining crystal that you can see flickers and flashes, as does Victory and the Baelor, as Victory's as life essence is stolen from the hulking demon, who sinks again to one knee. Its flesh beginning to wither and crumble at the giant slashing injury that was on Victory sealing up and replicating on the Baelor this time. It looks like Ira has no compunctions about killing his old body to save this one. That brings us to Scamp. Scamp, you are dominated and you receive the instruction: fly to the throne and sit on it.
Okay. I'm still concentrating because I've not been told not to. So the machine takes another 50 damage.
Nice.
True, but then casting fly will force you to drop it afterwards.
I can't. I don't have a spell slot.
You have no spell slots left.
I have one spell slot. It is a level 1.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you literally can't.
You literally
I
can't.
literally can't. Am I prone or I'm stood at the moment?
You're
I'm prone
stood.
because I got thrown.
No,
Because I
you
got
resisted
thrown
getting
20
thrown. You resisted.
Oh no, I
getting
resisted it. So
Quite
I
glad you don't have any
moved
spell slots,
15
mate.
feet.
thrown. Shit. Okay. Yeah.
The room is also shaking, so dex save, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Do an awkward, sad stumble for the throne.
Yeah. You want the spell still compels you to take 15 feet of stumbling movement towards the
Yeah,
the
but
throne.
I have one spell slot.
Mate, that's so sad.
Oh my Well, the machine takes 15 more points of damage.
50 damage.
50
It
more
has
points
taken
of damage.
150 damage. So
Yeah.
It has never been more convenient for you to have shit spells left.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Also, there's no way the enemy would know that.
No, this is the moment that and you hear the voice again. I told you, fly.
Yeah, what do you think I'm doing? This flies and move quickly, right?
And you can see Victory like stare, and then her eyes open in this horrified realization of, oh no, you're just tapped. You're tapped. That's it.
Oh,
You're
fuck's
just
sake.
out of fucking spells.
I've got nothing. You're going to have to give me detailed instructions on how to get back a 3rd level spell if that's what you want.
Okay, and also roll 2d20, 2d100s, please.
Sure. The room is still shaking. At the end of my turn,
Yes.
everyone needs to make a dex save as well. 89 and 63.
Okay. Sorry, just rolling some dex saves while I'm thinking of it.
It's a 17 on my dex save.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 14. I fall over. The DC is 18.
19 on my dex.
Oh,
save.
bugger. I fall over also. then.
Okay, in which case...
Actually, no, sorry, 16.
I suppose then Victory
Everyone
and Lux
falls
also
over.
fall over. Everyone's fucking prone right now.
A little lie down.
Sorry, that collided a bit. What were those two numbers?
Oh, one of them was 63, but I forgot.
Re-roll
The
it.
other one.
I can't remember what it.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
had an
catch
8
it.
in it. It was 80 something, but I've forgotten what. 32. So 63 and 32.
Yeah, you could go away, or you could become hard to see.
Oh.
This is particularly weird given where you are right now. It's going to have some very odd effects if you choose that one. Because the place
Now I wanna do-
the place I would normally send you doesn't exist here.
Yeah. Mechanically, how would that affect concentration? Is there any way of knowing?
You have no way of knowing.
That might be more useful overall, though. I guess if I'm still concentrating when I come back, it'll still be there at least. Oh well, let's do that, because we can't let these skulls get on that throne. Yeah, I'm going somewhere else for a bit.
Bye.
Okay, there
Give
is
us a holiday.
twisting of black energy around Scamp, who, in a way that from the outside looks a lot like them teleporting. They are enshrouded in an orb of darkness and then vanish.
Oh, good.
So, Scamp, you feel the world crumble away around you and you are floating in the void.
Am I still, like, is the dominate effect still going?
Yes! Let me check whether you get a wisdom save at the end of your turn or not. I feel like you might, but I don't know. You can only make your wisdom saving throw if you take damage. You've not taken any damage.
Okay. Is the void shaking? Or is the place that I'm... Or... Like,
So the void is literally incapable of shaking. It's void.
yeah. Because I don't have to stay within any range to keep the spell up, but is another plane too far?
Right, I'm going to say that you maintain your concentration, but next round the earthquake stops shaking for a round because you're not physically there, but you don't lose the concentration. It will resume.
Okay, so the
You missed
concentration
it,
is happening somewhere else.
Yeah. You're keeping it up, but while Scamp is gone, the tremors momentarily subside.
Cool.
Is the ruling I'm going to go for this, because they're like, yeah,
Fine.
you're
Yeah,
in
that
a
makes
different
sense.
plane. You're literally in a
Yeah.
different plane.
Yeah.
I've got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, no, I think that is a very fair line.
It's a good line. Yeah.
You're not in reality. the spell is there, but yeah, it's momentarily
Yeah,
suppressed.
but good luck getting those skulls
Yeah.
for at least a round.
Because of the damage that's been done, the red one would have rotated out of existence, out behind hidden machinery, but enough pieces of the machinery crumble that it is still exposed for another round, as the red and the blue crystals are now visible.
We really need to get these in this round, don't we? I can feel
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, prioritise crystals, folks.
The red one is going to go for Corzin. So Corzin, make a charisma save, please.
Charisma save, okay.
Inspiration.
Natural
yeah.
1, but lucky.
Yep.
I am going to add the inspiration to that.
Do it. It's a D12.
Yeah, because... Oh, yes, that is 24 total. I rolled a 12.
Okay,
Nice.
you shrug off the domination before it can
Oh,
get you.
thank feck for that.
Yay.
Thank you, Celestia.
Celestia, however, as a cone of blue light hits you, you need to make a dex save to leap behind some cover.
And that is not that high. It's a 16.
That is just enough.
Really? No way.
Yeah, you resist.
That's
You
exciting.
manage to duck out of the light before it can slow you.
Hell yeah, that would have been the worst.
So you've avoided being slowed. Okay. Crystals have acted. Celestia.
Okay. I'm really sorry, but where are they in relation to me? I know I keep asking,
That's
but
all right.
everything keeps
You are-
moving.
So both of them now, both these two crystals are basically at the top end of the room, for want of a better
Oh, so they're
term.
both near each other.
Yes, they're 30 feet from each other on the ceiling, basically either side of the throne.
Either side of the throne.
So which, from
I am
your current
about
position,
30 foot from the throne, I think.
because you're basically smack in the middle of everything because of one thing or another, so you're 60 foot from the throne. Basically,
That doesn't work. I'm in the middle of the room, which is 60 foot long.
the room is 120 foot wide.
Oh, sorry.
60 foot wide.
Ah, cool. I got you.
But yeah, you are... Yeah, so you are broadly 90 feet from because of Pythagoras, we're just going to say, from the crystals.
Cool, I can do that. That's
Yes.
fine.
And the room is not shaking, so it's not difficult
So
to
I can
raid.
actually just run for 30 foot.
Yes!
I'm going to do that. I'm going to
Yeah.
run for 30 foot. And I'm going to use my last big spell. And we're going to do another prismatic spray fun. So the rainbow spirit gets all separate and ribbony and weird again. Ah, things.
Yeah, that'll do it! Okay, roll damage. I'm going to roll and see whether these fuckers just happen to get like...
Yeah, if I can get anyone else, I will, but I doubt it.
No, not really.
I didn't think so. So...
Okay, roll a d8 for the blue one, we'll say.
Hang on. I need to find my page. I'm sorry. I do have a page with this on it. There we go. Cold.
Roll damage.
Okay. So that is 10. 22. 28. 30.
Blue ribbon
40.
of...
42.
Yeah, a blue ribbon of rainbow light strikes the blue gemstone and encases it in ice, which then shatters, taking pieces of machinery and blue gemstone with it. The blue stone is shattered. Alright, it's time for the red one.
Please be something.
D8.
That is a 7, which is either blinded or taken to another plane.
I mean, I'll roll to see if it gets taken to another plane.
Please.
Okay, this time, as it strikes it, it begins to glowing brilliantly, brightly, and as I'm going to say that this is sort of happening around the same time Scamp's black ball is vanishing, a crack of black light energy seems to streak out from it in the direction of the gemstone, strikes it for a moment, and seems to encapsulate it, the black energy fades away, and the place where the gemstone was, there is just a smooth, missing line, not unlike some of the lightning damage you do from the thunderous, from the radiant strikes.
So it's gone.
It's just gone.
It doesn't say it comes back on this spell. It just says transported to another plane. It doesn't say it's... I don't think it's like banish. I think if it fails, it just goes.
Scamp.
Because it doesn't say banished.
Hanging in the darkness, there's a brief flicker of light, and you see...
It's not blinded, if that makes sense.
You see a red gemstone and some pieces and some shards of black glass just appear floating in the void a little distance from you. You have no explanation for this.
That's something.
They're just there.
Oh well.
Yay!
But with that, the machine grinds to a halt. The sprays of molten sky glass slow and become drips, and the whole edifice suddenly goes dark and still. Yeah, okay. Celestia, you look up.
Work out if I want to do anything with a bonus action.
Yep. Up to you.
I'm gonna heal myself because self-care is important.
Very good.
It is.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking quite bad and I'm worried that somebody's about to hit me, so...
Healing spells are self-care.
They are. They very much are. Okay. Cool. That's some healing for me.
Okay, you see Victory on the balcony scream and clutch her eye again, fighting and struggling with flashes of red light coming from her. The Baylor
Still got inspiration.
deal with that on her turn.
Yeah, cool.
See what the Baylor does. Okay, I mean, the Baylor hasn't received any new orders, but is sort of back on Era's side again. For Scamp, its target is gone, so it's going to pick one of the two of you and just go for you. So 1 to 3 is Celestia. Okay, it's Corzin. The Baylor stumbles over towards Corzin. It's going to actually doesn't even need to stumble. It's going to strike with the whip first.
Okay, well, I'm already grappled, so...
Yeah, and is probably going to pull you out of Lux's grasp, potentially.
So does that mean I have disadvantage against that? Or actually, no, well, it would have
matter.
advantage to hit me.
Yeah, true. It has advantage to hit you, and yeah. Can you make a strength save? Just a strength save, please.
Just a regular strength save. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Okay, you are still pulled directly towards it by the flaming whip, taking 12 plus. Okay, 20 points of slashing damage from the whip.
Okay.
And an additional 11 fire damage. And then it's gonna bring the sword down on you.
Okay.
You're on less than me.
So 22. And
22 will hit.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be 18 slashing damage.
Hang on. Maths.
Yeah.
It's alright, take a sec.
Yeah, because that was 31 initially.
Yep.
Yeah, with an additional 18, I'm down.
Ah, bollocks.
Okay, well, the additional damage doesn't do you any death saves, but you would then have also taken a further 19 lightning damage.
Okay, well, if it's
but
all in
you
one
are-
round, I'm just taken to 0.
Yeah, no. You see Corzin is whipped close, and then the longsword comes down just straight onto him with a flash of lightning. As your eyes, as the glare clears, Celestia, you see Corzin is unconscious. It is slumped on the ground.
Yeah, fuck.
That is the Baelor's, the end of the Baelor's turn. Baelor's just going to stay put. Corzin, roll a death save.
Okay. 1 failure.
Fuck.
Victory gets to finally roll a damn save to shrug off the domination.
Got inspiration.
She's going to need it.
D12.
D12, thank you. Okay, this is wisdom based, which is not her best to begin with. Okay, not this round. Even with 12, that
Fair.
wouldn't do it. So
Yeah.
she's not going to use the inspiration
No,
yet.
not worth it.
Which
I
does.
mean, it stays around for quite a while. So.
Yeah, which means that this round, Era is still in control. Has to keep up the... Okay, he has to keep up the domination. Because he still thinks he has a chance, because he can still sense that Scamp is under control. Which means... I'm down to just the non-concentration damage spells.
Oh my god, you're me in a fight.
Yeah!
This happens to me all the time.
Of which Victory has one and knows for a fact that you're resistant to it. But I think has got to go for it. Lightning Bolt against Celestia.
Brilliant.
Era puts Victory's hands together and a blast of lightning comes towards you. Roll I think it's a dex save.
16.
That is... Just double check. I think she has... Yeah, that's not quite enough.
Didn't imagine so with victory.
Okay, so H-I-J-K. She's got to cast it at high level, unfortunately, because she's out of the level slots. Okay, 10d6.
Cool. Do you want some d6s? Or are you alright?
Actually, at this point, I'll just do with the auto roller.
Cool.
Where's Jeffrey?
Last seen in your battle.
Oh god. Where is Jeffrey?
Did Jeffrey come with me?
That is an excellent question. I suppose Jeffrey might still be around, technically, and could act on your turn.
Anyway, sorry, I just got distracted and suddenly thought.
That's
what did you
alright.
do with this horrifying amount of damage?
Yeah, it's not as horrifying as it could be, actually. It's 30 half to 50.
Oh,
Because
I
of the
can,
lightning.
I can deal with that
Because
right
of the
now.
lightning
That's not horrific.
jacket. You take the
Healing word was a good move.
Yeah, you take the lightning dead on, but the dragon skin deflects the worst of the blow. Okay, Victory is going to scramble 30 feet along the gantry so that she is effectively a short hop from the throne. They're a little bit far up. And at that point, the ship violently rocks!
Jesus.
Everyone who's on the ship, roll a strength save.
I mean, should I? I'm unconscious.
That's a good point.
My unconscious
Are you
body
grappled
flies across
still?
the room.
Yeah.
15.
15. Cool. Celestia is hurled into the centre of the room and prone. Corzin, you are hurled starboard. You're hurled port, which puts you right next to, but not into, one of the side channels, but because we've got the giant cracks across the place, roll luck, please.
Okay. 12.
You do not fall into a molten sky glass channel.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Right. Lux, feeling the domination power enhanced by the machinery break, looks around for a moment. Right, well, this has been lovely, but I hope I never see any of you fuckers again. And she's going to dash for the exit!
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, she makes it to the top of the ramp.
Like, I prefer her to help, but this is my second favourite thing I could do.
No, she is just fucking off. She's seriously injured. She's got a body now. Fuck you all.
She ran us away, she bugger us off.
She's got what she wanted. Yeah, fair play.
No, she's got what she wanted. She is fucking off.
No, smart choice.
Where to, though?
She'll decide when she gets there.
She'll decide when she gets there.
Somewhere else.
Literally anywhere else.
Ooh, she might end up stuck in the void, though. That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. 15, it's life drain o'clock. Victory's not taken any additional damage this round. And the machine is broken, so the life drain stops working. The machine
Yeah, the machine is probably
momentarily
broken, right?
squeals as if trying to activate again, but it's dead. It is gone. Okay, Scamp. At the end of your round, I guess, you
Am I able to do anything? Like, at all?
it does specify at the
Without-
end of your next round you reappear.
Yeah, but can I do anything in the void?
Not really. You're still dominated.
And the
Okay,
nice
just
thing is,
checking.
though, you do have a lot of the skulls
Yeah.
away from
Yes,
everything,
yes,
which is
I
actually
do.
quite
Oh,
helpful.
That's great. I'm only here till the end of the turn, but it's just whether I could zap that crystal.
I mean, the crystal stays there.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's
true.
just for fun.
Oh, fair.
But
fair.
yeah, you're dominated, so you can't.
Yeah.
But the world flashes, the crackling crackle of light reappears as as the world collapses back into existence around you. Sans the red crystal, which just remains trapped in the void between realities forever.
Goodbye.
And you find yourself back halfway along the room. You don't have any. You don't have any actions or anything. You haven't taken any damage yet, so you are still dominated while Ira is able to maintain concentration.
Okay.
The crystals can't do anything. They're dead. Celestia, you are 15 feet from Scamp. Call it 40 feet from Victory and 30 feet from the throne.
Where is Corzin?
More importantly, yes, you're about 40 feet... 30 feet from Corzin.
Okay, I mean,
Sprawled
first
across
healing
the
word
floor.
on Corzin, obviously.
Yep.
So that he does not die. We'll give you a
Appreciate
level
it.
2, so... not that it's a lot of difference, but, you know. So 10.
10, double figures. Happy.
Congrats.
Okay.
So that's done first, but that's a bonus action, so I can do something else. I can't figure out what is most urgent to do at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see Victory seems to be struggling with not yet overcoming the possession, but is now actively fighting, clutching at the eye. Meanwhile, there's still the Baylor. It's on its last fucking legs, but it is broadly between Corzin and Scamp at this point.
Oh, it's just I'm trying to work out if Victory gets to that throne, is that still bad? Or because the machine's broken, is she just sat in a chair now? Legitimately, I can't tell.
I mean, I don't know. It's a very good question.
Is she just gonna have a little nice sit in a chair if she gets there at this point? Is that a problem?
You don't know enough to be sure, but you know that Victory's or Ira at the very least seems to still be trying to get to the throne. So, regardless of whether it would work, it might. You're not sure.
Okay.
breaking the machine, the machinery seems to have broken Era's absolute control over Victory, but he seems to still believe there is some way of winning.
What if I break the throne?
Give it a shot.
Like, does the throne seem important?
It based on what you saw it do to create a new body for Lux, yeah.
Okay. Is there any eventuality where I could get somebody and the throne within 120 feet straight line?
Yes, you could get Victory.
Because Victory's in front of it.
Victory's like off to the side and preparing to potentially jump onto it. So yeah, you've got enough movement, especially if Scamp is not still causing an earthquake.
But I couldn't get a
I mean, the ground
demon man, I forgot the word.
Yeah.
A demon man or a Lux I could not get. A Lux is gone, never mind, ignore Lux. I could not get a demon man within 120 foot straight line.
Oh, you actually just could by running behind the throne, but it's either Demon Man or Lux for angle.
Lux is gone, isn't she?
She's at the top of the ramp. She's like at the edge of the battlefield.
Oh, she can carry on with her life as far as I'm concerned. We'll deal with her later. Can I try? Okay. So I need the player's handbook because it's not a spell I actually have, like, to any capacity.
Sure.
It's a thing what I'm using. So give me a minute. Hang on.
But yeah,
I know what it's called. I just need to,
you would
like,
be able
read.
to jump behind the throne and basically fire through it.
Okay. I jump behind the throne. I point my crotch at the throne and at the man. I trace the sea. I say, "Fuckity bye!" And
Because we recharged it. Yes,
we did that. I've been keeping track.
Yeah.
I've not used it yet. And I'm going to cast lightning bolt from my pubes. It's going to happen.
Roll damage, please.
Okay, hang on. So 2 of these need to go away now. 8d6 lightning. Okay, so 12, 18, 19, 22, 25, 28, no, 29, 33 damage.
Okay. The crotch lightning blasts a hole through part of the throne. It splinters the throne backing. You see that the throne itself, which still has a few dying specks of light, it's still got some sort of power left into it, begins to vent it dramatically. It's not completely destroyed. However, the lightning bolt continues through to the hulking towards the distant form of the Baelor, raising its sword and whip to deal a killing blow to Corzin. Finish it?
I would like there to be a hole burnt in the throne. As the the hole is burnt through the lightning, so you can see a Celestia through it.
Yeah.
And as I would like the Baelor to turn around and make eye contact, and I'd like to flip the bird at it as it dies.
Okay. The hole burns through the throne. It travels in a broadly straight line through the side of the Baelor's chest, putting another matching hole in it through its ribs, its gigantic organs. It stumbles for a moment.
Fuck
Twists, looks, sees the raised middle finger, and then topples backwards.
I would also like to say that canonically, Celestia never put the pipe down during this whole fight, so there was also a pipe hanging out the mouth for that. I never said she put it down, so fuck it. It's still there. She's ab-fabbing, the cigarette's staying no matter what happens.
Love it.
It had lightning resistance, but you'd actually done so much damage
But it didn't matter.
It
Fair, yeah.
That last, basically the last 50 because you did 33. We've done 16 damage, and 15 hit points left.
Wow, that was lucky.
So it was down to whether it made the save or not.
I will take that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the Baelor collapses. Okay. On to what I strongly suspect is our last round. Corzin.
Yep.
You're on the ground, narrowly miss being hit by the collapsing form of the 20-foot tall demon.
Whoop!
The lightning sword crackle, the giant lightning sword crackles to the ground near you, the whip collapses, and you can see in the distance, Scamp has reappeared halfway along, a sort of dull kind of look, blaring red look, light in their eyes. Victory seems to be struggling, forcing herself almost towards this throne, trying to shrug off the possessing force. What do you want to do?
Okay, which of them is closer to the throne currently? Is it Scamp?
I'm going to say with one set of bullshit and another, they've ended up more or less equidistant.
All right. And Victory is still like up above us.
Yes.
Right.
Up on the gantry.
The throne is also a bit broken.
And the throne is also very broken right now.
Okay, if I were to climb astride the corpse of this Baelor, how much elevation will I get?
I will say you can get like close to 10 foot of elevation, sure.
Great, okay, then I'm going to climb astride the corpse of the Baelor, and if I have the range, I'm going to attempt to cast Grasping Vine on.
What's the
Victory.
range?
The range of Grasping Vine is 30 feet.
Victory's more than 30 feet from you, but Scamp, I'd say, is just within range.
Okay. Then I will cast it on Scamp, because I know they're still thing. That is my bonus action, however. So
Scamp
that
roller
occurs.
Dex
You
or
have
save, I think it
dexterity
is.
saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11.
Okay, the DC was 16. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
grappled and you're pulled 20 feet directly toward the vine. So yanked
Yeah.
back 20 feet.
You've had a weird minute, haven't you?
I really have.
Yeah.
Your
We've all
barely
had a weird
protesting
minute.
body is grabbed by the octopus and pulled back.
Okay, then for my main action, I am going to... You know what? We haven't used this in a while, so I'm going to break out the net gun
Yes!
and attempt to bring her down with the net gun.
I think with the distance it's disadvantage, but fire.
Okay, well, sure. Yeah,
Inspiration.
I just used it, didn't I?
Yes,
The
but
pre-
you have been taking notable
That's
actions
true.
to save
Yep,
victory.
that's very true. Okay.
That's
here we
true. Yep, I'll say that is you taking a notable action to save victory. You get it back.
go. Okay, well, I'm going to use it immediately then. Okay, that is... Let me just double check what the actual bonus to hit would be. 24?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
The net sails through the air and entangles Victory, whose body becomes restrained by the mass of fucking rope twisted around her.
It's not a high dex save to escape, but they are...
But it is an action.
restrained. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As she scrambles backwards, let's use that D12 just in case. Where is the D12?
Do you want one?
Oh, I've got one here.
Okay.
Scamp.
Yep.
You do have your reactions back. You feel a very edge case sense that you could make a difference right now.
Yeah. Where's my D4? God, there it is. Nah, it's a 1.
Okay, with the low natural she rolled, she's really bad luck on that one.
Half considering counter charm this whole time, but there's just been so much else going on.
Oh, I know. Victory screams, and you hear two voices.
No, it's not over. I'm still in control. You're really fucking not!
Okay, restrained. Any fucking spells left? Not really.
Wow, she tapped.
She's not tapped. She's still got her 8th. It's just that at this point the 8th is kill everyone spells.
It's not necessarily what she wants.
It's not really what she wants right now. Fuck it. I think she's... Yeah, she's... She can cast, but she can't move. Okay, she's going to have to try and scramble to escape. Okay, she manages to get free of the net. Does she? But it's down to... Fuck me. Okay. She is able to leap. She scrambles out of the net and flings her body at the throne, landing somewhat bedraggled on it. It's going to take some fucking damage from doing so. 13. Takes 13 points of damage from the impact. You hear just the exhalation from her body as she lands. Her arm moving, twisted, uncertain, slams down onto a hidden rune in the armrest. A slow, guttering building of energy begins to rise, and you see one of the and you see Friend, Corzin Celestia, next to Scamp, shout, "Stop it finishing! Stop it finishing! And you can still save her." Cool. That's the end of Victory's turn. The machine slowly begins to gutter its last edges of life. With most of the machine broken, however, the ship has ceased rocking. And is now, it still tumbles little side to side, but it's slow enough it's not hurling people. Instead, it's gathering what little energy it still has to try and complete the ritual. Lux fucks off the map. She is
fine.
Yeah.
There's not time.
Yep.
Scamp has not taken any damage yet, but under the circumstances, I'd say that... Oh!
It dominates concentration.
But Victory has. But Victory has taken damage.
Yes,
I don't roll a con check for Victory. Scamp. Distracted as Era is by trying to maintain control of one victim, he loses his grip on your mind. You slip free on Victory's turn.
Nice.
You have your action.
I'm also still concentrating, so the structure takes another 50 damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. With
250 damage.
Which actually it's 285 at this point, which pushes it over the. It's 280 something at this point. We've pushed it over the limit. With a final thunderous cracking, the shards of black glass over the throne splinter and fall. If you give Victory a fucking dex save at this point. Which she makes, thank fuck.
Ooh, it's a lot of damage.
And thus doesn't take 37 points of being fucking impaled damage, but actually takes 18. She leaps out of the throne, and you see as the light flickers in her eyes, it's clearly her that's doing the leaping, as the whole edifice above the throne smashes down onto it. With a final gout of light and power, the machinery grows cold forever.
I'll probably stop concentrating on that earthquake then. Yeah.
Up to you if you want to do anything at this point. Victory is currently screaming and holding her face.
I mean, whose turn? Like, can we just do
Scamp,
stuff now?
I'd say
Scamp's
each
turn.
of you will have a chance to act before Victory's next turn. So
I didn't know if we were still in initiative. Please continue. My apologies.
So you can all choose to take an action here if you want.
Oh,
We're
I
still
don't
going
know
to
what
get
I
her out
can
of the
do
chair,
that's
right?
useful.
It's broken, mate.
Oh, she's launched herself out of the chair to avoid being completely impaled in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, the chair is now destroyed. Like, you could probably sweep some bits off it and use it as a chair. But that's about it. All right.
I can do nothing of use.
Well, I'm going to
I
obviously
know
release
what I
my
wanna
grasping
do.
vine from you.
But
Yeah.
I don't think I should bring the skulls any closer to Victory at this point. And I've got only damage that I could do,
See,
which I don't think will help.
is the grasping vine in range that it could
actually.
pull Victory further away?
lost track of whose turn it is.
Potentially should, but I will say that before it gets to that, Celestia, is there anything you want to do?
Oh god, I feel really terrible.
She has used up her previous inspiration from you.
No, but why?
sorry.
What are you miming at me? I'm confused.
Oh, I was just saying, it's like you were saying you were unsure if there's anything you could do.
No, I know what I'm going to
okay.
do. So I feel really terrible because it's really grim.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to Victoria and go, sorry, and I'm going to pull the skull out of her eye socket and throw it across the room. Because I don't think it should be in there. And then I'm going to heal
No, it
her
shouldn't.
because I feel bad.
Okay. You do need to like her or Ira are going to resist.
Of course,
so
yes.
Make an athletics check to try and wrest that out from her, please.
Cool. I'm bad at athletics. Let's find out. Nope. That is shit, obviously. That's a 4.
Okay, you struggle against her scrabbling bloody fingers, trying to get hold of it, but the healing at least you can still do. You try and get your fingers go against the skull, but it is literally wet with her blood.
Yeah.
And slip off them.
Trying to work out if it's good to heal her before that's out of her. Possibly not.
Yeah.
Because then it'll just be all healed into her eye socket. I just don't know if that's good. I feel really bad, but
It's all right. You can.
that's maybe not the best call. What have I got? If I damage the eye socket, will it do anything to the skull? Can I try and damage the skull?
Oh, you might just let the thing out.
Like you
True,
could, but
actually,
it's-
I might let
is-
the thing
that's-
out. We did do that.
it's
You are
also,
correct.
In her.
I do know that as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to heal her while she's still got a
Alright,
thing in her.
no,
I know
you
that
can
sounds
hold off.
terrible.
You can hold off.
I think I'm going to leave
That was
it.
entirely reasonable. But
Yeah.
I have any inspiration left. Like that might be an option.
Yeah, I do have that. I mean, does she have her inspiration back? She doesn't, does she?
No, she used it up trying the previous time.
I will give her that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just look her in the one. I'm so sorry, and she gets inspiration.
Okay, that is very useful. That is enough. As you try and scramble, you try and get the skull out. It's your fingers slip against hers, and you just sort of look imploringly at her. And again, the twin voices. No. My body And you are not. She reaches in and to her own eye socket and pulls out the skull.
Oh, fuck.
In control. I am in control. There is the flare of red light fades in her eye and crackles around her hand instead. You watch as, like, fucking bleeding and bedraggled, she holds the tiny skull up, stares at it, and her own eye burns with a violet, with a sort of slightly differently tinged, almost sort of lavenderish light, and the red corona around the skull begins to burn with a mixed red and lavender light. She closes her fist around it. I'm in control.
That was badass, Celestia.
I know what he knows now.
What?
Ooh. Okay.
Yes. She stands up and speaks in Infernal, a phrase that only you understand. Scamp. By right of conquest and identity, I, Victory, am now the Consul. Do you acknowledge your captain? The demons at the edge of who've begun filtering back in at the edges of the room look around to each other and, clasping their fists to their chests in a salute, call back, "Aye, Consul, we are yours."
I don't feel like you need to speak the language to have got that, to be honest.
Yeah, you feel like from the you get the
context.
The context kind of might have done that one.
I get gently out of the way. Just sidle over a little bit.
She
Get out
shudders.
of her way.
I would really appreciate a hand up.
Yeah, do you want some healing now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. You're going to get quite a lot. Also, here's a hand.
Fuck.
Just you have a little lean here. I'm quite tall.
Does anyone have like a necklace or a locket or something?
Oh fuck! Do I have something?
I could really do with something a bit more secure than just putting this in a pocket.
Okay, at the very least, Corzin in his healer's kit would have like a thread for sewing people up.
Hilariously, she only gets 11 on the healing, so it's rubbish roll.
You grab a little bit of... you quickly sew a little cloth baggie to go on a chain. She puts the skull into it and puts the chain around her
Anything
neck.
else? I don't think I do.
Get something... Thank you. Because I really needed both hands. She draws a long lavender silks handkerchief out and gingerly ties up, just for the moment at least, a temporary sort of eye patch. Essentially just a sash over the one missing eye.
I'm really sorry for sticking my fingers in your eye socket. I was a bit stuck for ways to help.
I think under the circumstances that was... Yeah, you're forgiven.
Yeah, okay. We should get the surgeon to have a look at that when it's a
Yeah,
good second.
She looks up with one eye at the various crew members, snaps in Infernal. Get this place cleared up! Make ready for sale! They start... they look at each other and start moving to action. Oh, fuck. Okay, we need to sit down and... Oh, fuck!
Shall we go literally anywhere else for a few minutes?
Yeah, is there a stateroom in this place that isn't here?
Yeah.
Oh, there is a stateroom, actually. I think I've been in a vision.
Yeah, it's... No, you will tell me! Yes, behind the throne. This way. Come on.
Alright, well, anywhere is preferable to here right now.
She guides you very much like one arm over your shoulders.
Yep.
Scamp, are you coming?
Yeah.
Into a... through a doorway and into an... Forgive me if the description's a little different, it's been some time.
Oh, it's fine. I remember stateroom was glass, so don't worry.
Stateroom made of the same black glass, but with accents that are out of place, such as a very nice four-poster bed that would have been in fashion about 30, 40 years ago.
Is it 20 foot tall? Is it big?
It's a pretty big bed. It could conceivably...
We all sleep in there.
As well as rich cabinets and the like, some of which seem to be of ancient mien, others more common. You get the feeling that the last time someone who wasn't fucking the Goat Lord was here, Vasilisa probably left a more contemporary touch. Victory sits herself down on a chair by one of the tables. There is also one other addition, which is placed in the centre of the room, is the last obelisk, the last of the totems you came to find.
Excellent.
Alright, that's good.
Yeah, we can go back. And we should. But we can also go forwards. I have to fight a little for the information, but I can see it now.
Forwards to where?
To the Cirrus Citadel. There's a path to it through these chambers, past a waterfall of fire. The ship is the only thing capable of passing it, but it can take us there.
Right.
Good to know.
Whenever we're ready, Scamp, we can sail there and find the truth of sorcery. You and I, we can open the door. But first, I think we should probably take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, let me have a look at that eye.
Yep.
Is there literally anything Corzin could do?
No.
Didn't think so.
It's gone, hun.
This is beyond restoration magic. This is the... Victory has lost that eye.
Alright, he'll sew it up like he would with anyone else who'd lost one.
You take some time. I'm going to say at the very least you have the opportunity for a short rest here.
Take a long one.
And you certainly have the option for a long one.
I think
Very
a long
nice
one would be
bed.
preferable right now.
There will be time, and during that time you'll have the chance to talk, to discuss, and to get answers from a less cryptic source. But that, I think, is a question for next time. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you all for listening. And from all of us here at Flintlocks and Fireballs, fair seas and natural 20s. I've always had a destiny, a path in life laid out for me. And now I'm here, for good or ill, a path I walk by my own will.
So gather your muskets, gather your spears, we'll plunder the shores of Calcinea. No kraken, storm or spell we fear, so come and sail with us, my dear.